Alright, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. A few people inboxed me this video, like this story time from this creator right here. And I went to go check it out, but what y'all did not tell me is that this was gonna be such a long series. Now, I've seen the Risa Tisa series. I've made it through all 52 parts. And this is like that to me. This is honestly crazier than that because there's so many like receipts. I had to cover up photos because it's like just the images and stuff that you're gonna see in this video. Just please just proceed with caution. But this story time is called Surviving Greg, and she has already put up 23 parts and counting on her page about this man. And when I say it's some of the most wildest freaking stories, I know it's true, y'all. We do this every day. We listen to story times every day. So I promise y'all, when y'all get to hearing her talk and y'all get to seeing the proceeds, y'all can be like, what in the heck? But before we get into it, the name of the creator is right here. You can follow her on TikTok if you want more updates. She is currently still like posting about it. She's doing a lot of updates. A lot of these updates that you see, you will not see in the video. I left that so you guys can go get that extra like feedback, because anything that you got to say, you can go ask her directly. All right, I always give that to y'all in the beginning of the videos. Now for the rest of y'all, oh my gosh. Let's dive into this video. Now, this is a 2-hour video. This video is over 2 hours long, y'all. Save it for later. I know this is a long intro. It's a long video. I gotta be longer on the intro because I gotta let y'all know what y'all getting into. Y'all come here for the messy stories. I get it, but all right, let's get into it. Let's get into this story time. And try to like keep yourself together and follow along. And let me know in the comment section if y'all got any questions and concerns, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Let's get into this, y'all.
Okay, bitch, so this is part one of how I found out that my baby daddy, who I got 4 kids with and been with since I was 15 years old, done took advantage of a mentally ill person that had a baby dog. The baby 4 months, and I knew nothing about this. Okay, so to give y'all a little backstory so that y'all up to speed, I'm from Florida, and I pretty much walk so Krishan and Blueface could run. Now, when I say walk so they could run, baby, E. Kane and Chris ain't seen shit yet. It's us at like 15 years old. Now, the woman you heard in the background, that's his mama. He did this in front of his mama and thousands of people on live. Girl, so I had ended up meeting this man when I was like 15. Instantly fell in love with him. Like, it was just everything. Like, couldn't nobody tell me nothing about him. I should have known when I met him that he was a manipulator. Bitch, how about the first 3 months that I knew him, baby? I never even seen him. Girl, I seen him one night, the night he got my number. Girl, never seen him again for the next 3 months. Girl, this man was lying to me. Girl, come to find out whole time this man lived in Mississippi, baby. Girl, I don't even know what Mississippi at on the map, baby. At this time, baby, I ain't never even been out of Florida. Like, what did you talking Mississippi? And he just had my head in the gutter. Like, I'm talking about, girl, I was sending this man money, sending him food, like all this shit. Just 15 years old, bitch, you know, we was getting money in 2016 Florida, baby. You hear me? So, boom, after so long of me telling him, like, I'm not with it, like, you keep telling me tomorrow you coming, baby, I still ain't seen you, like, I'm done, like, I don't even want to talk to you no more. A week and a half later, he ended up coming. So, when I tell you I was on lockdown, when I had the first opportunity to get out that house, I ran. Girl, I'm thinking I'm finna go to his house. He lying to me like we finna go to his house. Girl, whole time this boy homeless. Him and his mama homeless, girl. Girl, when I tell you the first night I slept at a pool, girl, we slept at the hotel pool, at Hilton Pool, girl. This was all over the place, baby. I'm talking about rolled and died. Like, this was on the floor. Do you hear me? Like, I don't know what had me so attached to this man, but I just kind of, I don't know. It's something about him that just had me so crazy about him. So, yeah, we slept at the pool the first night. I don't even care, bitch. I rolled for my nigga. but like, on some serious shit, like, I've literally spent 6 months of the rest of my life homeless. Never been homeless before, but I spent 6 months of my life homeless. I had ended up getting him a car. And I had ended up finding out I was pregnant. So, at this time, I'm pregnant with our first baby, which is Dream. Like, just started to instantly change. Like, the man started beating me the up. Like, I'm talking about beating me the up. I ain't never been beat up before. I don't even know what to do. At 15, baby, I don't even know what to do. he instantly just started turning into a crazy person, like a complete crazy person. So at this point, I'm so deep in, it's like I got a baby on the way, never had a boyfriend or a baby daddy. Like, what the do I do? Now, mind you, at this point in my life, it really wasn't nothing difficult about my life besides the fact that I'm with a that's beating me the up. Like, my Instagram followers was paying for my hotel room every day faithfully for like a whole year. I had ended up having a baby, like I said. They paid for my hotel, they paid for my baby clothes, my baby formula. I didn't have to buy nothing for my first kid. Like, Instagram paid for everything. So I started to notice that he kind of like tried to seclude me from the world. Mind you, there's thousands of people who know me since I was, a kid, making rap videos, funny videos on Instagram and shit like that. And they show me genuine love. But it was something about that always irritated the out him. So he ended up deleting my Instagram. I had no more like access to social media to the people who, like every time I made a page, he deleted my Instagram. So boom, one day he ended up taking me to Mississippi. Around this time, 2016, 2017, we was stealing cars real bad. So we had ended up stealing this truck or whatever, and he had ended up driving the truck to Mississippi, bitch. Girl, this man, I woke up, girl, I was in Mississippi, dog. So not only was I just homeless in Florida, you deleted my Instagram, and now I'm thousands of miles away in Mississippi. I don't even know where the I'm at in the country with all these field rats and shit, and I'm homeless? Girl, I was livid. So eventually his grandma had ended up letting me come over there, because at first she was like, hell no. Like, she was like, you just brought this girl up here, you need to take her back. Like, do not bring this girl to my house. Like, it was a no. Eventually his grandma was like, she can come or whatever, and we're gonna try and get her back to Florida. I had ended up living with his grandma for like 4 or 5 months, and it was like the worst experience of my life. Like, his grandma, his sister, his cousin, everybody showed me real genuine love. So this ain't to bash them in any type of way, but bitch, it was the worst. Girl, this man waited till his grandma went to sleep, put me out the motherfucking house at like 10 o'clock at night, bitch, and it was snowing, bitch. I never even been in the motherfucking snow, bitch. It don't even snow in Florida. Like, girl, it was 1256 negative degrees outside, bitch, and I don't even know what number that is, you hear me? Bitch, it was so motherfucking cold, bitch. I ain't even have no type of winter clothes. Like, bitch, I'm from Florida. Greatest man put me out. Like, when we got to Mississippi, he was a whole different fucking person than I knew him. Like, I'm not even talking about just beating me up. Like, bitch, he was like a whole different fucking person. I literally bought this man a car, did all type of shit, like, helped him out to get on his fucking feet when he got back home to Mississippi, and he literally treated me like I was a nobody. After a while, like after probably about a year and a half, 2 years, this was going on, I ended up getting my own shit. Like, I ended up moving into my own apartment because I'm getting money, and bitch, I'm not finna keep giving you my money, bitch, and bitch, I could be doing my own shit. You hear me? So I had ended up getting my first apartment when I was 17. When I got that apartment, girl, when I tell you, this man tore my shit up. Like, on my moving day, girl, this man, like, tore my shit up. I'm talking about, like, kick my fucking door down, like, put holes in my... All this is on my move-in day. Girl, when I tell you I was so fucking tired of this nigga, dog. But it's like something... I don't know what he was telling me or doing, or something just had me so attached to him. So now, at this time, he had ended up leaving his grandma's house, coming to live with me. Now, man, when we living together, bitch, like, it was just so fucking toxic. It was weird. He always want to go through my phone. Like, I'm not on it. So, bitch, I'm like, let me go through your phone. Bitch, how about I done went through his phone, bitch, and one thing about it, bitch, I'm an investigator, bitch. I deserve a motherfucking supervisor, bitch. I deserve a motherfucking pink flashlight and a motherfucking badge. You hear me? Bitch, I went through his phone, bitch, and come to find out he done had a fucking baby with his cousin, girl. Man, Drew, I'm like, cousin? Like, bitch, I didn't even know that was his cousin. All I seen was your baby hungry and this and that and that. What about your baby? Girl, I put this shit on the floor, and for his family, like, who, like, come on now, like, all this shit going on. This boy got a whole fucking baby, and I didn't know nothing about this. They like, girl, this man do not got a baby with her. That's his cousin. That is his real cousin. Woo. Bitch, come to find out it's his baby. And they cousins. Girl, when I'm talking about, girl, sent me through the fucking roof, dog. Y'all gotta come back for part 2. Okay, so this part 2. How I found out that my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15. A girl done manipulated a mentally ill person and had a baby dog. So now we living together. I done found out he had a baby with his cousin. Girl, this shit is on the floor. But y'all ain't seen nothing, baby. Just sit tight, baby, because this ain't nothing. So now it's like we fighting every day. It's real fucking bad. Like, the leasing lady live up under me. What makes it so fucking worse about this whole situation is the fucking leasing lady lived up under me. So it ain't even like people are calling, like the neighbors are calling. This woman can hear all this shit going on. She's coming up there every night. Like, Destiny, this is ridiculous. But she was like a really understanding person. She, you know, she was a sweet lady and she was really trying to work with me. So as I said, we was getting in a whole lot of trouble when we was in Florida, like stealing cars, doing all type of shit. I had ended up catching a robbery case with him. Mind you, I knew nothing about this robbery. It just ended up coming to the table like, yeah, baby. I was just like, okay. So apparently, according to the victim, Greg robbed them, and I was on the passenger side asleep. I ended up catching a charge. How? And I was asleep. I don't know, but I caught a charge. So I ended up getting put on probation. He also had his shit going on. He had a whole bunch of charges and stuff, so he was still going to trial. Now, when they placed me on probation, they had rules that I couldn't be around Greg. I couldn't talk to Greg. Like, they was basically trying to separate us. Now, like I said, we well known in Florida, so the prosecutors, the judge, all these people was seeing us fighting on Instagram. They was really trying to help the situation, like, to separate us, but for some reason, we just kept on coming back to each other. So now, him knowing that I'm on probation, I'm not even supposed to leave the state of Florida. They told me if I leave Florida and go to Mississippi, I'm going to be in trouble. This boy got mad because I put him out. Then called my probation officer, told her that I moved to Mississippi, that I'm stalking him and harassing him and chased him to Mississippi. Grady folks done put a warrant out on me. Not only did you just beat my ass, but you mad and done called the folks on me and you tore up. So now, like, at this point, it's all bad. My probation officer was pretty cool. She talked to her supervisor. They like, Destiny, just come turn yourself in and, you know what I'm saying, just get it over with. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna catch a flight to Florida. You finna have to go stay with your grandma. Now, at this point, he, like, manipulating me. He like, bro, we grown. This our house. And you telling me I gotta leave because you leaving? Like, what the fuck? Like, I just want to be a family. I'm trying to do right. I got to go to work. I got to be up in the morning for work. I need, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sleep comfortable, whatever. So I'm like, okay, you can stay here at the house while I'm gone. I filled the house up with groceries. So he didn't even have to go grocery shopping. He didn't have to buy no extra food or nothing. Like, all he had to do was go to work, come home. Like, that was it. So I ended up catching me a flight to Florida. Now, the day I leave, the leasing lady calls me that night. Destiny, it's too much noise up there. You hear me knocking at your door. Because like I said, she lived up under me. She'll come knock on the door if we being too loud or fighting or whatever. And she's like, Destiny, this is ridiculous. Like, you're not answering your door. What is going on up there? And she texts me at like 1-something in the morning. So I'm like, noise. Like, what the fuck? I'm telling her I'm in Florida. So I'm asking her to knock on the door to like see what's going on up there because I'm in Florida. So she telling me nobody answering the door. I'm calling him, texting him. I'm like, who is at my house? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be going to work, coming home. Like, what's going on? Girl, this man did not text me back till the next day. Mind you, I'm in Florida. I can't even do nothing. So now when he calls me the next day, he tells me that, oh, he was just asleep for work and his uncle was the only person over there. Mind you, my house had a game room. I had a game, big flat screen TV, all that. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they was playing a game or had the music loud or something. That's the noise she talking about. Girl, I came home a week later. Didn't even tell him that I was coming home, what day I was coming home. Girl, I walked in the fucking house. There was condoms on the kitchen counter. Condoms in the bathroom. Condoms in the toilet. Condoms on the floor. When I tell you it took everything in me not to go to jail, baby, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? So now I'm overly fucking pissed. Like, I'm like, bro, like, this is fucking OD ridiculous, dog. This is how that situation ended up turning out. This is a FaceTime call with my mom. My mom keeps receipts of everything. She ended up screenshotting the FaceTime, so we got some type of, you know what I'm saying, some type of black and white. So he ended up breaking my nose, and I never got to go to the hospital or anything, because he was saying, I'm going to call the police on him, I'm going to tell them what he did to me, woo. So now, around this time, he didn't want me to contact his sister, he didn't want me to contact his grandma or nobody. He literally broke my phone, like, I couldn't contact nobody. Now, around this time, me and his sister was real tight, like, I did not play by her. Still ain't gonna play by her, but we be having our differences. So me and his sister was real tight. She helped me with my kids, all that. Like, if it's anybody I'm gonna call his sister. So I had ended up trying to call his sister to tell on him, to, you know what I'm saying, so she could tell his grandma or something, so something can be done. He had ended up kidnapping me. Took me to a field somewhere so far away. Beat the out me because I tried to tell his grandma on him. He told me I got 30 seconds to run and he finna start shooting. Now, at this point, I was tired, baby. Like, I mean, I love my baby. I love my life. But at this point, I was tired. So I just let him fight me. Like, I ain't even run. Like, and it pissed him off because I didn't even run. Like, baby, I was just tired. Like, take me now. So he had ended up beating the out of me or whatever. And I had ended up getting a hold of the phone. I had ended up calling 911 and putting the phone down so they could just hear the conversation. He noticed that I had the phone and he took it. Like, so it was like so over with. So now at this point, the police are trying to locate me. They done called my mom in Florida to get the, you know what I'm saying? Like, to just, they trying to locate me. They had every street blocked off, like every interstate blocked off, every street blocked off, like, and he went and parked on like a construction site. We seeing the police like through the bushes set up roadblocks and but like it's real bad at this time. Mind you, all of this is because he got caught. I don't understand it, baby. So eventually, I mean, he knew he couldn't run for long, so he ended up somehow getting past the police, ended up going to his grandma's house. Now, when we get to his grandma's house, the police instantly pulls back his grandma's house. Before they can get to the car, he telling me, you better not say nothing, this and that, woo-doo-woo-doo. So I was kind of scared, I ain't gonna lie. When the police asked me, did he kidnap me and all this stuff, I just said, no, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. Now, the police knew someone right, but they really couldn't go against what I was saying because I said I was okay. So they just kind of, they didn't brush it off. Now, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. You come back for part 3, baby, so I could tell you who he was in the house. This is part 3 of how I found out that my baby daddy, who I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old. Girl, I'm manipulated, a mentally ill person that had a baby child. So if you riding the wave, you hear me? We done already found out that he had a baby with his cousin. He done somebody in the house when I went to Florida. Girl. So boom, we done had a long day. I done got kidnapped, all type of shit, baby. So we get back home. He decides he's gonna sleep in the game room tonight. Mind you, that's very unusual of him. So I know it's some weird shit going on. So me being me, I used his Face ID and unlocked his phone while he was asleep. Girl, I'm scrolling, I'm going through his messages. Boom, see a number. But this number right here look very familiar, boo. So I'm like, who the fuck? I look the number up on Cash App. It's his auntie. Mind you, this is the night before 4th of July. So he texts the auntie like, I got Logan some fireworks. I'm going to bring them to you tomorrow. I want to spend 4th of July with y'all. Mind you, Logan is his little cousin. The auntie child, baby. I'm like, hold up, bitch, because you ain't even get your own kids no me being me, I got to scroll up, baby. So I'm scrolling. Girl, the night I was in Florida, the night that the police lady called me, he texted that like 250 raw dog. My heart fell to my ass, dog. I'm like, when I tell you my heart was beating so much, my heart was beating at paces I ain't even know that could beat. You hear me? Girl, I'm like, 250 raw dog. I'm reading the messages. He was like, that was so wet, this and that and that. And I'm like, good. Not only did this have a baby with his cousin, the his auntie in my house while I was in Florida. Mind you, the auntie baby daddy is in jail at this time. He in prison. That's his uncle. But him and the lady been together for like 10 plus years, so you might as well say that's his auntie. This shit didn't sit right with me, baby. But something in me already knew that they was Now, let me take y'all back to Florida when I first met him, right? When I first met him, he kept showing me a baby on FaceTime. Come to find out, the baby was Logan. He kept saying that was his baby and woo-doo-woo-doo, but he kept telling me he was playing. He was asking me, like, what would you do? What would you say if I had a baby? So I'm like, what the f? But he kept telling me he was playing. Now, mind you, every time that I spoke to this boy in Florida, mind you, we stayed on FaceTime all day. FaceTime to eat, FaceTime to shower, FaceTime to go to sleep. Like, we never hung up the phone. This man was always with the auntie. And I never thought about it like that, but I kind of like started like, what? Like, this your uncle, baby mama, why you always with this girl? So when I first ever came to Mississippi, right, the first person we pulled up on was her. Now, we at a park. We meet her at a park. She was out there at the park with her baby. We end up getting in the car with her so they can smoke a blunt. Manager, she kept saying what's up to me, and I was just looking at this like, I don't know. I'm not a friendly person, but I'm a down-to-earth person. Like, I speak to everybody if I'm spoken to. But this right here, I just couldn't speak to this whole dog. Like, something about this I just did not like this dog. Like, I don't know what the was, but I did not like this hoe. Mind you, after I seen these messages and I approached him, he claimed she only sucked his. Man, true, I find it hard to believe, like, because I ain't sucking no and I ain't getting no pipe. Trust and believe that. So the whole just didn't seem right to me. First he lied, like, that wasn't her. Then he lied, like, oh, she only gave him head. Then it was just, like, all over the place. I was so pissed off. Like, I was finna go to jail. So I called the auntie. I'm like, you're OD nasty. Like, this is weird. Like, I called the uncle that's in jail. I'm calling everybody because at this point, I don't even know what to do. Like, what the fuck is this, dog? The girl telling me, like, oh, he lying. I never did nothing with him. So after telling me he lying, this and that, a couple days later, she drops him off at my house. I'm like, why are you with this hoe, homie? He like, oh, I needed a ride from work, and I seen her at the gas station, and she gave me a ride, and I'm like, what? So I called the bitch, because at this point, I'm fucking teed up. I'm like, listen, bitch, you come back around my shit, I'm gonna beat the fuck out. Like, it ain't even gonna be no understanding, homie. Like, I'm like, just stay away from my shit, dog. So here she go, mad, ranting. That's why I was in your house while you was gone. You got the picture above the dining room table. You got the TV in the dining room. I'm like, oh. So now she lying to her baby daddy, which is his uncle in prison, talking about she ain't never him, Like, girl, it's all over the place. Like, everybody claim I'm delusional. The family claim I'm delusional. I'm a liar. Girl, it's like all over the place. Now, this where like start to heat up, baby. You got to come back for part 4. Girl, you might as well go and brew you a coffee, baby, because it's 5 a.m. and I'm not done yet. This is part 4 of how I found out that my baby daddy, who I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old. Girl done took advantage of a mentally ill person and had a baby child. So, as y'all know, I ended up finding out about the auntie or whatever. We got past it. Few weeks come, everything all cool and right? So one day I'm going to Walmart and the bitch pops out the bushes. The auntie pops out the bushes with a big ass can of mace and maced me and my baby girl. I'm talking about like my baby couldn't breathe, dog. My baby was damn near on the floor. I couldn't even fight the bitch. Like, I was so worried about my baby girl. My baby was breathing hard as at the time. My baby was like 10, 11 months. Like, girl, like this girl.
Went to prison.
Come to find out, Greg was the driver. Greg brought her over there. Greg showed her where to hide in the bushes so she could see me when I come out the house. Like, bro, it's just crazy, dog.
I went to prison.
So that happens. I tell him he can't come back to my house. Like, it's over with. I'm done. I did end up pressing charges on the bitch because she maced my baby. Like, she was a weird ass. But she ended up pressing charges on me for whatever reason. So a couple weeks had passed by. Her little scare ass. I had ended up going to Walmart. She worked in Walmart. I tried to catch that at Walmart. Me and his sister was finna catch that hoe at Walmart. That called the police, but her dumb ass went to jail. So weeks passed by. Now, mind y'all, I told y'all that the leasing lady lived downstairs, right? The leasing lady has a daughter. So one day, Greg wants to match with the leasing lady daughter and the cousin. I don't smoke weed, so I wasn't invited. But at the time, I didn't smoke weed. I do now, but at the time, I didn't. So I wasn't invited, baby. And I'm not no insecure like, I feel like if I'm with you, I trust you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really can't trust this but I'm not insecure. So, I had let him go, like, match with the girl or whatever. He leave at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock come, 4 o'clock come, 5 o'clock come, 6 o'clock come, 7, 10, 12, 1 in the morning. He still ain't there. Girl, these pull up at 3 o'clock in the morning and they parked at the back of the apartment complex. Mind you, I'm looking at the car. I'm like, this car look just like the girl car food. But they parked at the back of the apartment complex. So I'm like, maybe there's somebody getting out their car. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who live back there. Girl, whole time it was them. So I'm staring at the car for a little minute because I'm really about to walk up and ask. But I didn't want to, like, do that and it be the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm looking out the window. Here he come walking from the car. Girl, when I tell you, tow his ass up. Girl, I beat the shit out that from the back door to the front door to the side door to the window to the bathroom to the kitchen all around that hoe. Whooped his ass. So I had ended up threatening like the least lady and shit, threatening her daughter or whatever. I got put out. So now I have to find me another apartment. In the midst of me finding an apartment, I couldn't move in for 2 weeks. So I had to go stay at his grandma's house till I moved in. Mind you, I was supposed to stay there for 2 weeks, but I only stayed there for like 3 days because I just couldn't do it. So, I had my own car, so I ended up driving to Florida. Now, mind you, the tongue is very powerful. Now, mind you, everybody always say, like, what you speak, that shit come true. You know what I'm saying? So, I had ended up leaving him. He started telling me he hate me. He wish I died. He hope I wreck on the interstate. Woo, woo, woo. Girl, like 30 minutes after he sent me that text message, my car flipped over on the interstate and damn near got hit by a big truck. With my baby in the car, and I was pregnant. Thankfully, my baby was unharmed. My arm was down, so my arm had ended up scraping down the interstate. And when it first happened, you could see like my bone out my arm. But thankfully, my baby had not nail scratch on him. I had ended up getting my baby out the car first. Like, I was screaming for help, like waving out because my car was flipped over. So I was waving out, trying to get somebody to grab my baby. I wasn't too really worried about myself, but I had ended up getting my baby out first, and I had ended up being stuck. So, eventually they had got me out the car. This man didn't check on us. This man didn't catch a flight to Florida, to the hospital. Mind you, I'm pregnant and got a baby in the hospital because I was having pain with my pregnancy now. Didn't he check on this?
Yeah, he meant that.
So to make a long story short, my mom drove 2 hours up the interstate in Florida to come get me from the hospital. My car went to a wreck yard and Enterprise ended up giving me a rental car. Now, when I got the rental car, I was traumatized. Like, I couldn't drive, but I had to go back to Mississippi because I have to move in my apartment. So, I called him, like, can you come down here? I'll pay for your flight. I need you to drive me back to Mississippi. So, he comes and gets me. I end up getting back to Mississippi. When I get back, he ends up taking my rental car. Mind you, I don't know where he is. I can't track the car. I don't know where he is, but he took my rental car. He comes back with my rental car wrecked at the front. He claims some man did it to the car. Come to find out, he was arguing with some bitch and she hit the car and did all type of shit and yeah. So now I had to figure out how I'm gonna return the rental car damaged. Don't know what to do. Like, it was all over the place. So I end up extending the rental car to figure something out with the return situation. Mind you, I didn't plan on keeping the rental car for long. They was supposed to give me the rental car for I don't know how long, but I only kept it for like a week and a half because I already had money to get a new car. So I go with his sister to Hyundai, and I get the Hyundai Kona. That's like when it first came out. I had the first one in Mississippi, brand new off the truck. So I get the Hyundai Kona. The first night I got my truck, this stole my truck. The good thing is I can track my
please not work.
The was so far in the country that I couldn't track that hoe. This was with some girl who was going to Northwest Community College. Her name's Carly. Riding around in my truck, smoking weed in my truck. I knew nothing about this. So after 2 days of my truck gone, I called and report my truck stolen. So I called the police. I'm like, my baby daddy stole my truck. Y'all need to find my truck. Like, this is ridiculous. So they end up finding my truck. Make him bring me back my truck. They trailed him to bring me back my truck, right? As soon as I open up the door, bitch, shit smell like so much pussy, dog. That shit smells so nasty. It just smelled like and weed. Like, I don't even know how to explain the smell of like and weed. Girl, just get here for part 5, baby, because Lord. Girl, wake your ass up. This is part 5 of how I found out that my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old, manipulated a mentally ill person and had a baby child. So now my car done got returned smelling like and weed. Okay, I'm a couple days from having my son. At the time, I didn't know who the girl was. I said Carly, but at that specific time, I didn't know who she was. I found out at a later date. Oh my gosh. So now, he wants to come back home. He's like, you can get my Facebook password, whatever. Like, we finna have this baby in a couple days. Like, we gonna be together. So I log in his Facebook on my phone. I have his Facebook on my phone. He's doing okay for the next couple of days or whatever. So I end up going with his sister to Walmart. We end up doing like some extra last minute shopping for the baby, getting like a stroller, all this stuff. And I end up going into labor that night. So that night I stayed over his grandma's house. I slept on the couch because I was in pain and I just really could not drive home. So the morning comes and grandma wakes me up and says, you know, you okay because you've been crying all night in your sleep. So I'm telling her, like, I gotta pee real bad. So I just went pee, but like 5 minutes later, I gotta pee again. Mind you, at the time I'm 18, I never felt labor pains or anything because my first baby was a C-section and she was planned C-section. So I never felt like contractions or any of that. So I didn't know what was going on. So the grandma is telling Greg, like, you need to take her to the hospital because she in labor. Girl, this man sat up there and said, I got work. I got to go to work. Go to work? Girl, so I had ended up going to the hospital with Greg, and his sister had rode with me. Now, like I said, me and his sister is tight as like, I don't care what nobody say. How she get at me, she gonna help me with them kids. So we end up getting to the hospital. I end up having a baby. Greg was in the delivery room when I had the baby. Tell me why we didn't see Greg none. No more. His sister, which is Markaylee, stayed at the hospital with me the whole time. This man was nowhere to be found, fool. Like, she is blowing up his phone like, boy, this your baby. This not my baby. I'm here at the hospital with your baby. Like, where the you at? Girl, come to find out, the was with the bitch. He was with Carly. Now, how I end up finding this out, right? So I have his Facebook logged in my phone. I made a post on Facebook about me having my baby or whatever. And she kept blowing up his messenger. But her messages were not in the regular inbox. It was like in the archive. And it don't have no messages of her or him texting her back. So I go look on her page. I'm like, who are these blowing him up? Like, and she not even like saying nothing like to throw hints that they talk or nothing. She just steady keep calling. So, girl, I look on her page. I'm looking. I see she go to Northwest. She in the nursing program and she drive a white Audi. So now I didn't pay no mind to it, but I seen the shit or whatever, right? So, girl, I did not see Greg no more. Like I told y'all, like, he didn't end up coming home until 2 days after I had my baby. Okay, so when he finally come home, he started sleeping with his phone in his car. Like, every night, this man was sleeping with his phone in his car.
What?
Like, after 2 days, I'm like, I need to go out to this car and see what the is in his phone.
Yeah, she a problem.
So,
too.
I go in his pocket, I get his keys, I go out to the car, I sit in the car, and I'm going through his phone. So, I'm going through the messages, child. This man telling this girl, I'm so happy we having my first baby, and, we gonna be together, and I love you, and
First baby.
And this, and I'm like, what? I instantly went and knocked that out of his sleep. I'm like, who the fuck? Like, who the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, what did you talking about? Your first baby? Like, what? So I called the bitch. I'm like, you must be pregnant. And she like, well, we've been planning for a baby. And I'm like, planning for a baby? Like, what, cuz? Girl, she was like, she knew nothing about me. She knew nothing about Greg having 4 kids. She knew nothing about Greg. Basically, like, she just met him on Facebook and they linked up and they fell in love or whatever and planning a baby. I'm like, what the fuck type sick, delusional, weird motherfucker like her. So I'm asking him about it and he acting like he don't. Like the girl delusional, woo, like, bro, it's all over the place. So I guess it gets to a point where the girl ends up actually pregnant. Man, true, I didn't know she was pregnant, but I didn't give a fuck if she was pregnant. I just knew that they was planning for a baby. Okay. So one night he gets off work. He usually gets to the house around 6:30, 7:30, something like that. But this night I looked on his iCloud and the was going down the way. Oh. So I'm like, well, to us, down the way is like down the interstate, okay? So in Mississippi, it's like Highway 55, and he was going down 55, like, where the you going? So, I see him get off the exit in Senatobia. I see him go towards the college or whatever. So I call his sister. I'm like, I think Greg was a bitch, and, what's over here by this net? She was like, nothing. The only thing over there is the college. Say less. So that night he ended up turning off his phone. I couldn't see where he went to or nothing, but he ended up coming home like 3 a.m. So at the time, I'm not knowing that he's going to see her on open dorm day. I just know that I seen him somewhere over there by the college and his location just went off. So maybe like 2 days later, again, he going down there. But he just left my house. So I ain't nothing but like 3-4 minutes behind him. You hear me? So I'm like, okay. So I end up catching up to him on the interstate because he was, driving the speed limit. Bitch, I was going like 120. Bitch, I'm talking about doing the dash. You hear me? So, mind you, I just had a baby. Like, a week ago, I got my newborn in the car and I got my baby with me. Like, my other baby with me.
Going 120?
Girl, I see he gets off the interstate. I got caught at the light, so I was like a couple minutes behind him, girl. I'm looking at the location. It's like he driving through Senatobia, then he pulls up at Walmart. I'm like, Walmart. So I drive through Walmart parking lot. I cannot find his car. So I'm like, let me go around the building. I go around the building. His car parked on the side of Walmart. So I'm refreshing the location, fool. I'm refreshing. I'm like, what the f***? He not in the car, though. So I'm damn near finna bust the windows out his car, but he not in the car. So I'm like, what the f***? Girl, I refreshed the location, and it showed he was, like, across the little thing in some apartments. So me being me, I have no type of common sense. I pull up over there because I don't give a fuck who you with, where you at. I'm coming. So I pulls up in the apartment complex. I drive around. I'm driving around. I see a Audi back in with the lights on. 2 people in the car rolling. No type. I ain't even think twice about it. I already knew that was him. It was like my mind went instantly back in like 0.5 seconds. You hear me? I remember Facebook, Northwest, goddamn white Audi. I remember all that. Girl, when I tell you I acted a complete ass. Girl, I got out the car with my baseball bat. Girl, I beat the shit out that damn girl. Beat the windows out the car. Carjacked the bitch. Took the car. Wrecked the girl car off the interstate, baby. And she's pregnant at the time. I kidnapped Greg. Made him get in the car. Like, you got me up. I was going too crazy. Girl, he was like, bro, I cannot believe you just did that. Oh my God, you just did. Girl, I went ape shit, dog. I ain't even think twice about it. So at this point, I done beat the shit out the pregnant girl. I done goddamn beat her windows out her car. Goddamn carjacked the bitch, wrecked the bitch car off the interstate. I'm already knowing the police looking for me, baby.
This is a crime.
Y'all gotta come back for part 6. Because, baby, this gets deep. Girl, at this point, baby, it gets deep. This is part 6 of how I found out that my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old, took his goofy ass over there and manipulated a mentally ill person and had a baby. So now Miss Quarley done got carjacked. Okay, now I know the police looking for me. So the first thing I did was call my mama. I'm like, Mom, I'm finna go to jail. I'm finna come back to Florida because I'm finna go to jail. She like, what did you do? I'm like, I might have carjacked somebody and, So now the police is looking for me, but they can't find me because I don't have a Mississippi ID. I am from Florida, and she don't know I'm from Florida. And Only thing she told them was she know my name is Destiny. So they don't know who the this. It's a lot of Destiny. So here's why I get
after this video.
So the start playing on my phone with her homegirls to my baby daddy this and my baby daddy coming to see me today and woo woo woo. And I'm like, don't touch my gangster hoe. So I went up to Northwest. She told me he was coming, so I was coming too. I went to Northwest. I paid somebody $50 to let me in the building. And I caught that he was leaving open dorm, and I caught their ass. I chased that hoe up like 5 flights of stairs. I caught that whole hair in the door. That hair slammed in the door, girl. Like it, girl. When I tell you that was so scared, girl. When them came down them stairs, they thought they seen a ghost. Do you hear me? So I ended up getting her hair caught in the door, whatever. And the girls that was in the dorms, like they was telling me, they were like, "Girl, go, cause they calling the police." So, I had ended up running. I tried to run out the building. There was a lady standing at the door. Some fat ass lady, man. I shoved that hoe so much. Get your out my way, dog. I ain't even know none of that. So, when I hit the parking lot, the police already out there, but I ran straight past their ass, ran to my car and dipped. So, maybe like 2 weeks had passed by. The police was looking for me. They had ended up getting my tag number. They had ended up locating me. They got my tag number, put my tag number on NCIC. So I ended up going to T-Mobile to give me some phones and shit. When we had left T-Mobile, we had went to Memphis. When we get to Memphis, the police got behind us, and we ain't stopping for no motherfucking police any way.
What?
So we took them, and they had chased us, and shit, but we couldn't figure out why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just thought maybe they were trying to pull us over. We didn't know that they had my tag on NCIC. So later on that night, me and Mark Haley, which is Greg's sister, we was finna go smoke a blunt or whatever, and we was just, bust the blocks or whatever. So we get on the interstate to go down the way type shit, you know what I'm saying? Just take a little ride or whatever. Greg them at the house with the kids and shit, and we just finna smoke us a blunt and, you know what I'm saying, chill. Girl, we get on the interstate. 55 is dead. I'm talking about, like, no car in sight. Like, we ain't even rolled the blunt up yet. Like, I'm telling, like, Markella over there trying to roll up. I'm telling her, like, fool, don't roll up yet. Like, just wait. Just wait. I'm already knowing I'm finna go to jail. Like, something just didn't feel right. I just didn't feel right. So, I get on the interstate in South Haven. I pass Hernando. Police be out. You hear me? When I get to Hernando, I'm in between Hernando and Coldwater. Girl, the police on the side of the interstate so deep, fool. Only thing I said to Mark Haley, girl, I'm finna go to jail. She started laughing. She said, why you say that? I said, bro, I'm finna go to jail, fool. So I passed the police that's on the side of the interstate. I'm going to speed limit. They instantly jump behind me. They drive a minute behind me, and then they turn their lights on. So I stopped in the middle of the interstate because it's nobody on the interstate, and it's like 50 cars behind us. Girl, them white folks jumped out the car. Put your hands. Don't you bitch, when I tell you we was scared, but I couldn't even keep we was high as child. Like, we was already high. Markella over there rolling. I'm talking about, like, bawling her eyes out, crying, fool. Like, bro, we couldn't even take the whole situation serious out. So I get out the car, bro. I get out with my hands up. They like, turn around, walk backwards. I'm like, damn, what I do? They like, they thought my car was the car that I had carjacked. So I'm telling them, I'm like, nah, man, this my car. Like, this shit registered to me. This my shit. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm from Florida. I never even been down here. This my first time down here. I don't know what y'all talking about. So they was like, you going to jail for carjacking and woo. And they took Mark Haley to a police station until her grandma came and got her. They told her if her grandma don't come get her, she going to the juvenile. So, at that point, I just knew I fucked up. So, they had ended up transporting me to Senatobia, which ain't nothing but like maybe a 10-minute drive. So they met up with the Senatobia police. The Senatobia police end up taking me down there to the police station or whatever. And they put me in a fucking interrogation room. They was like, asking me questions. But I said, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And I said, so what's the report y'all got? reading it to me or whatever, and they like, oh, you pulled up and carjacked somebody. This, and I said, how did I carjack somebody if I pulled up in my own car? Like, it don't even make sense what y'all saying. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to y'all or whatever. Take me to the jail. So they had ended up putting me on $75,000 bond. Greg grandma came and bonded me out. Now, when grandma came and bonded me out, I didn't have to go to court and shit because at first I didn't even have a court date yet. But not only did I not have a court date, they didn't have no proof that I did this shit. Like, it just, come on now. If you say I pulled up by myself and I carjacked you, but I pulled up in my car, like, how the fuck that happened? You know what I'm saying? It happened, but they just couldn't put their finger on it like it happened. So, bitch, tell me why Greg gets mad at me, calls the motherfucking investigator, and said he physically watched me pull up, carjack the girl, do this, do that. Right?
Damn.
The investigators say they want to meet with Greg so he can get him a statement.
Greg,
this man goes down there and make a statement. Say, I've been bullying the girl, that's his girlfriend. I've been bullying her. I carjack her. He physically, with his eyes, seen me carjack her. This, that, and that. I'm like, this bitch is federal fed, homie. Like, bro, come on now, bro. Like, as many times you done beat me up, bro, and I done dropped the charges on you, and you done took your goofy ass up here and wrote a fucking statement on me. I'm like, literally had a voice recorded statement on me. That's gay as fuck. So, now at this fucking point, bitch, it's all bad blood with his ass. Like, I'm so disgusted with him.
Reasonable crash out.
Y'all come back for part 7, baby, because it gets deeper. Girl, now we fucking with the police. Girl, I am getting tired. It's 7 a.m. This is part 7 and how I found out that my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, who I've been with since I was 15 years old, done manipulated a mentally ill person and had a baby dog. So now a couple months go by after he done made a report on me and all this stuff. I kind of forgave him. Not kind of, but did. I forgave him. He told me that he was gonna tell them he lied and woo. Now it's just like toxic. I don't know what happened, but like in a short period of time, it just got really bad. Like it was already toxic, but now it's like extreme. Now at this point, he done got arrested 3 times in 1 week, and it was so bad. He was on a $500,000 bond. So it done got so bad that this is how my face looked.
Can't show too
he
much
was
of
just
this.
like taking a lot of anger out on me, and it would be like over the littlest.
That's not bad. Actually.
Now, mind you, when he did this type of stuff, here's another picture of my eye again.
Wow.
He would like tell me like he loved me and he's sorry, and if you going through something like this, run. Like, it really do hurt my feelings when I see people go through this type of stuff because I really went through it. You know what I'm saying? So here he ended up blacking my eye. He broke my eye socket. He realized like what he did and like started panicking. He took me to the hospital. He threw me out in the emergency like the ambulance spot. He just threw me out the car and drove off.
What?
And pretty much I had to deal with this on my own. At the hospital, I didn't tell on him because he was like texting me, telling me he's sorry and please don't do this to him and this and that. But it was getting out of hand. Like, he didn't let me go to his grandma's house or be around his family the whole time I was like this.
Sorry, we can't show that.
So, as I said, like, when he do this type of stuff, this is the type of he'll text me and, like, say, please talk to me, like, I'm sorry, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if it's a soft spot I had for him or just a soft spot that I have in general, but I kind of forgave him every time. So here he was like going crazy with a gun. I can't even leave that up because it's just like extremely too explicit for TikTok. But
for any
basically
platform.
going crazy in the car with my baby in the car, going like
front.
200 miles an hour, like literally, like not even being over dramatic. Like he was pushing the whole dash, trying to wreck into doing a whole bunch of crazy He ended up like driving my car into some water with me and my baby in there. Just like fucking berserk crazy. Like, and I don't understand the reason, dog. Like, every time I say I don't want to be with him, he just start going crazy. Like, girl, he drove in the water, girl. Like, I got up out of there, girl. Like, I got up out of there. Like, I crawled out the window and got up out of there. Boy, I'm not finna sit in this motherfucking water with you, bitch. And he's sitting there to me, you gonna leave me? You gonna leave me, bitch? Duh, hello? Like, girl, it was all over the place. He ended up holding me in my house hostage for 7 hours, and with a hostage negotiator outside for 7 hours. And I pretty much smoked my blunt and laughed at him while he paced back and forth through the house. Cause baby, you finna go to jail.
Not again.
Like, you doing all this, you're finna go to jail, okay? So he had ended up trying to like make me go to sleep or whatever when the hostage negotiator people was outside, but they literally stayed out there. Like, we woke up like 5-6 hours later, they was still out there. I don't know where he thought they was finna go. So whatever, he had ended up going to jail like 3 times that week. I kept bonding him out. They kept charging me with contempt of court. They charged me with like 33 counts of contempt of court for answering his jail calls. Like, it was just all over the place. So he ended up getting a house arrest bracelet for like a year. Now, when they placed him on house arrest, he couldn't go to my address anymore. And obviously, we lived together, and he manipulated me that he was gonna do better. He's sorry, this and that. Girl, I moved out my apartment, moved to another apartment just so his GPS monitor wouldn't go off when he was at my apartment.
That is crazy.
Mind you, the whole time all this is going on, baby, we not even like, you know, when you just not happy with somebody and you just can't, like, I just couldn't, but I just had some type of attachment to him. Okay. So I ended up moving to another apartment in Memphis, and pretty much we stayed together the whole year that he was on house arrest. Now, when he was on house arrest, I had to call the police on him a couple times, but they just got him up at my house. Memphis not too strict. They just got him up at my house.
Call the police.
He went on about his business. So a year later, he ended up getting sentenced to 2 years in prison from that incident. The whole 2 years he was in prison, I supported him the whole way. It was hard for me because I just couldn't understand, or like, I just really couldn't understand how am I holding down somebody who did me so wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we all trying to figure that part out.
I sent him like $500 a week every week for 2 years.
What?
I sent him like extra money here and there, like $1,000.
No way, bro. No way. I'm sorry.
Just a whole bunch of shit.
No way.
So while he's in prison, I end up finding out that he's one of the guards. So I end up finding this out. He calls me one day like, I ain't gonna be able to call you. They taking away my phone and my commissary. So I'm like, oh, really? So I end up calling down to the jail. I'm like, can I speak to the warden? Because I'm trying to see what's going on. So the warden tells me that the girl and Greg were in a relationship. The girl ended up bringing some stuff in for Greg. She's a guard. She brought some stuff in for Greg. They caught them passing it to each other in the kitchen. And basically, she got caught in the tower with half the stuff, and he got caught in the pod with the other half of the stuff. So now, you and your girlfriend done got caught trying to sneak drugs, phones, and all type of shit into the prison. Girl, this shit is beyond me, baby. He had thousands of dollars on Cash App that I knew nothing about. While I'm sitting up here sending him $500 a week, he had thousands of dollars on Cash App just using me. His cellmate, I guess they ended up getting into it or something. The cellmate reached out to me on Facebook and was like, girl, that using you. He's saving up all the money you've been sending him on commissary. The got like 30 bands on his commissary account. And I'm like, what? And they was like, yeah, he plan on getting a card when he get out. I guess when they get out, they give them a card for however much is on their commissary, which is ridiculous. So when he ended up going to prison or whatever, I basically like took off. Like, I already been having motion, but I really started having motion when he went to prison. Like, cause I was on my own. I could think for myself. Like, I had my kids. That was my main focus. You know what I'm saying? So I took off. I started some businesses and shit. And I was making like 30, 40 racks a month. So I was straight.
Whoa. Okay.
So 2 years go by, I'm holding him down or whatever. I end up having another baby when he was in prison. I forgot to tell y'all, I had got pregnant with a baby before he went to prison.
Damn.
So I had my baby when he was in prison by myself.
What?
And he finally met her when he came home. She was like a year and something. So here we go, 2022, a week before he gets out of prison. I end up I used to go to the casino. I end up winning $100,000 at the casino. When I win $100,000, I had just left seeing him from his court date, so I had drove like 4 hours down Mississippi, and I'm like, you know what? While the kids at their grandma's house, I'm gonna just stop by the casino. I walked in there, maybe 20 minutes of me being in there, I end up winning $100,000. Now, when I won the money, I didn't tell nobody but Greg grandma. And when I told her, she specifically told me not to tell Greg that I had the money. Just don't. She's told me, do not tell that boy I have that money. Y'all come back for the next part, because baby, this gets real deep. We back for part 8, baby, because I can't even go to sleep. You hear me? Now, to address the situation with the auntie came on here and come and said it's a lie. Baby, come on now, it's years later. Everybody already knows, the family already knows, but I don't even know why you coming on TikTok to let them know that it was you, because I never addressed your name. I have no problem with you. I don't give a it's not my but yeah, you folks your nephew. So this is part 8 about how I found out how my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old, took advantage of a mentally ill person and had a baby dog. Now, I end up winning $100,000. His grandma told me not to tell him or whatever, but me being me, I'm like, this my I ain't gonna keep no secrets from him. I'm gonna let him know. So when I let him know, he didn't give me like no type of reaction that made me feel any type of way or made me feel weird about the situation. He was just like, okay, that's good. We good. Like, you know what I'm saying? We good. Now, as I said, y'all know he had ended up getting caught at the jail with the guard sneaking stuff in. So now he had to hire a lawyer. The lawyer was like $25,000, and his grandma was like, you could end up getting caught at the jail with the guard sneaking stuff in. So now he had to hire a lawyer. The lawyer was like $25,000, and his grandma was like, you could put $25,000 towards his lawyer. So that was my plan. I was gonna put $25,000 towards his lawyer. I already had me a car, so I was gonna just get him a little car so he could get back on his feet when he get out of jail. Cause I'm like, the whole time he was in jail, he was basically telling me like, he gonna do this, he gonna do that, he gonna do right, woo woo woo. Now at this time, I had a real bad gambling problem. Like, I wanted to be at the casino 24/7. Like, I wasn't even spending time with my kids. Like, my kids was always at the grandma's house. Like, I had a real bad gambling problem. So, we had ended up going to the casino one night. Mind you, my baby had rode with us because, he stays in the car. So when we go to the casino, he stays in the car and I go in and gamble and, you know what I'm saying, he just chill out in the car, go to sleep in the car or whatever. So, mind you, he knew that I had money and he knew that I just won $100,000 at the casino. How? And it was just like weird as how you know that? Like, it started off with us being at my house and he would like call people on Facebook Messenger, like find cars in a whole another state, like these fast ass cars, and would tell them that we coming out there, we flying out there this weekend to come buy it. And I'm just looking at him like, who's finna buy this shit? Like, how you gonna make decisions with my money? So it just started getting weird. He started making comments about, he told me a shoot you in the back of your head for the wreck shot it. I'm like, whoa, like what? And he was like, oh, nothing, I was just playing. That's something a nigga told me when I was in prison. So now I'm looking at him with the side eye, like, what? You hear me? So he used to like make little comments like, oh, you either gonna break me off or I'm gonna have to take it, and like like that, like just a whole bunch of weird that made me feel uncomfortable. But he said he was playing. Yeah. So now one day I'm going to the casino. I already had plans to go to the casino. Mind you, I've already had this car that I have. I've had this car for 2 years. My baby car seat have never moved from behind my passenger seat. It's always been behind my passenger seat. I'm a passenger princess. I don't like to drive, and I really can't drive. So, I sit in the passenger seat and he drives. Since he been out, he's the one been driving. Now, on this specific day when we was going to the casino, we had stopped by his grandma's house. He specifically wanted me to move the baby car seat from behind my seat. I'm like, but why though? Like, I'm literally arguing with him for like 10 minutes. So I'm like, why am I moving the baby car seat to behind your seat? Like, what's the point of this? Like, I'm not understanding these baby car seat have never moved. Like, why can't she sit right here? Like, why do I need to move the baby car seat to behind you? And you push your seat all the way back any way. So how the like that's gonna work with the baby car seat? Like, I'm just not understanding it. So, long story short, I had ended up moving the baby car seat to behind his seat. Now, we pull off. He then thought about it. He was like, you know what? I'm finna see if my cousin want to ride with us. I'm not going to say his name because he don't have nothing to do with this. So, he had ended up riding with us to the casino. Now, I go in the casino. I gamble for a little bit. Him, the cousin, and Sky, which is my third baby, are in the car. They just chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? I call him. I'm like, I'm ready to go. Come get me from the front door. Now, when I get in the car, it's great. Like, it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no bad vibes or nothing. He got music playing. And, you know what I'm saying? We just chilling. So, we had ended up leaving Gold Strike or Horseshoe Casino. We end up leaving the casino. And when you leave out the casino, there's like this long road take you back to the main road. And then, you know, when you get on the main road, you can turn off like this little exit and it'll take you straight to 2-lane road exit. Or you can like keep going straight and it'll take you to Goodman Road. So he usually drives all the way straight to Goodman Road, like, and gets off on Goodman Road. But this day he got off on the 2-lane, like on the exit that takes you to 2-lane road. Which I ain't really see nothing wrong with it, but I mean, now that I think back on it, like what the So when we get up, when we on the main road or whatever, we get off on the exit. Now, mind you, it's a car way ahead of us. Now, this road right here, it's really like a dead road. You can go as fast as you really want to on that road. And ain't no police on that road or nothing. Like, it's just a little highway. It's dead as So it's a car like way ahead of us, but the car driving slow as so fast up to the car. I was like, damn, great. Like, he had drove all the way up to the car and then he made a dead stop. I'm like, but I didn't think about it. I just thought like maybe he just playing in traffic or something. Girl, tell me why the not even 2.5 milliseconds did I put my head down. So many bullets ran through my car. I'm talking about they shot the windows out my car. Like, my car was shot up. And guess what? Only my side. The driver's side didn't get hit none. Not one bullet on the driver's side. The back, the seat behind the driver's side. Just me and his cousin's seat. If his cousin wasn't leaning against that door, that man would have been dead.
What?
And to make matters worse, this man had a whole gun and didn't even shoot back. Girl, I was spazzing in that hoe the whole way to his grandma's house. And what make it even worse, he's sitting up there asking me who it at. That's how I know he set me up. Girl, he's sitting up there asking me who it at. I'm like, I don't motherfucking know. Mind you, I've been had this car for 2 motherfucking years, bitch. My car have never fucked with. My car have never been. Nobody don't even know I have this car. I don't even live in Mississippi, baby. I live way in fucking Collierville, bitch. What are you talking about? Girl, he literally tried to put the whole situation on me. Mind you, his side did not get hit none. Like I said, bitch, the only thing I was worried about my baby. My baby was asleep. I kept saying, check my baby. This bitch, you didn't even shoot back, and you had a gun, but you be acting like you the hardest out here. I'm talking about, like, when he has road rage, he be pulling guns on people, like minimum road rage.
This is crazy.
But you want me to believe that somebody shot up my car and you didn't even shoot back? Y'all come back for part 9, because baby, it gets worse. We back, round up the truth. So this is part 10 of how I found out that my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old, girl, done manipulated a special needs person and had a baby with him. So I found out that he hunching the stepsister. Mind you, I was kind of mad at the sister because she knew. She got the girl Facebook password, so she knew. And she with the girl every day. She knew. But you was being in my face, but you know that your stepsister is hunching your brother, and it just like a whole lot of weird shit going on. But we gonna get to where she really made me mad at. So a couple days after whatever had happened, I had ended up letting him use my car. Now, Greg can't use my car. I told him he could use my car if he go to Kroger and get my stuff that's on my grocery list. I sent him with the money and the list. Girl, he couldn't even do that much. Like 30, 45 minutes, an hour done passed by. I still ain't seen my groceries, baby. 2 hours done passed by. I still ain't seen my groceries, so I'm blowing up his phone. Where the is my groceries? Because Kroger ain't number 1 minute down the road. Where is my groceries? Girl, he blocked me. He blocked me. He answered the phone one time and said, I'm on my way. And after that, he blocked me. So, girl, I'm like, mind you, I never come out the house. But this day, something just telling me, girl, go stand outside and wait for your car at the gate. Girl, I go to the gate and I see Greg pull up in my car, but he parks outside the gate. And I see a girl get out my passenger seat and walk around the car and get in his homeboy car that's parked outside the gate. Girl, when I tell you I ain't even think twice, bitch, I just ran up on that hoe. So I beat the out the damn girl. She screaming, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Mind you, I wasn't trying to hear none of that, baby. Like, I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Greg done drove off and left her. The homeboy drove off and left her. Now she just sitting in front of my house, and these folks done left her. I beat her ass for like 20 minutes, and then I held her hostage at my house. So I was telling her, like, you ain't going nowhere, ho. Because she kept saying she finna call the police. And I told her, you ain't finna go nowhere. And if you call the police, I'm finna shoot you. So, more of the story, she ain't calling no police. I told her, I was talking to her so bad. I'm like, call Greg right now and tell that I said, bring my car right now. She was like, oh, my phone off. Girl, that overly pissed me off. God said, you over here, look what you got on. Then you over no motherfucking phone. Your phone ain't even on, but you worry about linking up with a nigga. I was like, where you meet him at? She was like, on Facebook. I said, so you over here meeting on Facebook and your phone ain't even off, and this nigga done let you get your ass whooped and he left you. I was talking to that hoe so nasty, dog. So she was like, can she use my phone to call her friend because her friend lived nearby and her friend to come get her. I'm like, no, you're not gonna use my phone to do shit because if you call the police over here, I know something. You hear me? So I was really gonna make the find her own way home because you ain't even supposed to be over here. No way. Mind you, I Google her address. Her address like 50 minutes away, but at this point, I don't give a because you ain't getting back in my shit. So Greg had ended up pulling back over there. He didn't know that I still had the girl hostage at my house. So goddamn it, he ended up pulling over there. I ended up taking his gun. I pulled the gun on him, baby. We is out there fighting. I'm talking about real bad. And my neighbors just out there looking. That she asking my neighbors, can she use their phone to call, you know what I'm saying, call the police or whatever. My neighbors like, listen, baby, we ain't got nothing to do with that. So, long story short, Greg homeboy Gucci had ended up letting the girl get in the car with him, and he had hurried up and drove off and took the girl home or whatever. Because I swear to God, if it weren't for him, he really saved her life. If it weren't for him, I swear to God, that girl would not be getting home. So now I'm pissed. I put him out my. I didn't talk to him for like 3 weeks because, like, at this point, you now done pissed me off. You just got out of jail. You ain't even been out of jail a month, dog. Like, and it's so much, bro. So, I whatever happens, a couple months after that, we had ended up having to move. Greg had ended up kicking in my garage, kicking in my front door, like doing a whole bunch of shit, and I got evicted. So now I got to move to another apartment. But now at this point, my credit's so bad because this boy done got me put out of every where my credit is so bad, I can't move nowhere. So, girl, I get an apartment in his mama name. His mama like, get the apartment in my name, you know what I'm saying? And y'all just lay low, don't be fighting and and whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's the move. Girl, so we end up getting an apartment in the mama name. Y'all got to come back for the next part because y'all is not finna believe this shit. Okay, so this part 11, how I found out that my baby daddy that I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old, girl, done manipulated a special needs person and had a baby child. So now we move out of our apartment. We move in the apartment that the mama got us. The mama don't live there. We live there, but it's in her name. Okay? So everything going smooth or whatever. Like, it's cool or whatever. I end up having my 4th baby, right? A couple days after we moved in, I end up having my 4th baby, which is Summer. Okay, she born May 2nd. We had moved in a couple days before May 2nd. When I had the baby, he came to the hospital with me. You know, everything was great. This man dogged me in the hospital. This man said that this baby is too black to be his baby. Like, literally kept asking me in the hospital, is this my baby? Is this my baby? Is this my baby? Like, you don't have to sign the birth certificate if you feel that type of way, because I ain't even on all that. You hear me? So I guess he let his folks put in his ear talking about, oh, I got pregnant too fast when he got out of prison. I was been pregnant when he was in prison. I'm trying to put a baby on him. I'm like, what? So I had ended up having my baby. Cool. Now, when I had my baby, Mark Haley was coming over there to see the baby and stuff, right? Mark Haley is his sister. But this time she's coming over. She's bringing a Mexican girl. Now, Tokete Taco Bell is sitting on my couch and shit, acting like she cool, eating up my snacks. I'm in there cooking them steaks and all type of shit. Girl, the whole time she my baby daddy. And the sister know that she my baby daddy. And bringing this girl to my house. Now I have a problem. Now I feel some type of way because I would not do that to you, and I don't expect you. You mind you, you don't owe me loyalty. Correct? Your loyalty with your brother, girl. You don't bring no what? You don't do no shit like that, girl. So she bringing the girl over there like my baby so cute. This and that, woo whole time, fucking my baby daddy. So I peeped it. Like I peeped, baby, and like my intuition on point. Do you hear me? So, Mark Haley graduation and her prom ended up coming up. So they had like a little before the little graduation party thing at the grandma house or whatever, right? So, the girl had ended up pulling up in the yard, Mark Haley, got some gas from Greg, okay. Then she turned around like 5 or 10 minutes later, come back. Mark Haley don't get out the car, but she get out the car and walk back there. Now, I'm in the car with Greg, other cousin, and we looking at each other like, is you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, so I walked back there because I'm just trying to see what is it that y'all have to keep talking about. So, girl, she was like, oh, you. I'm like, what? Whole time. Okay. So I say something because I ain't never been the type of I'm going to say something, okay? So I said something to the grandma. I said something to everybody like, this is weird. Like, y'all got me over here and this girl is messing with Greg. Like, this is weird. Girl, the grandma had ended up telling me I'm delusional. Greg don't talk to that girl. Woo. Mark Haley telling me I'm delusional. Greg don't talk to that girl. Woo. Right? Girl, we go home. I go through his messages. Mind you, this is May. His birthday June 18th. So his birthday coming up. Girl, tell me why I see the messages in his phone. The girl planning a whole trip for his birthday to Nashville. Like, wanting to pay for the Airbnb and everything. Like, she's invested with my baby daddy. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm just trying to catch tea. You hear me? So I said something to the girl or whatever. Girl, she came out real tough. Like, she just on some hard ass shit. Girl, when I tell you damn near lost my mind. Do you hear me? Girl, every chance I got when I think that hoe, I chased her ass down. Do you hear me? So I had ended up going back to Florida to visit back at home. And when I had came back to Mississippi, my first stop was his grandma's house. Cause I knew the girl was gonna be over there. She was calling my phone the whole time I was in Florida, playing on my phone. So my Greg this, Greg that, this and that, what about Greg? I'm telling her, I'm gonna catch you when I get back to Mississippi, okay? Girl, it was like 2, 3 in the morning, girl. Stopped over there at the grandma's house. Girl, I passed by. I seen her car in the yard. I had to make a U-turn because I was finna see what that beep out. Like, all that what you was saying, I'm trying to see because now I'm here. Girl, I pulled up in the yard, straight whooped her ass, had to drag her out. I'm going to show y'all the girl. She done got beat up at the stove, baby, on pump 6. She knew she couldn't whoop me. I don't even know why she tried that. Girl, she done got beat up, not only by me, but by a little ass girl at the gas station, pumping the gas. So, she gets beat up in the grandma yard. Greg, like, who it is, get off this girl. Who is this in my grandma yard? Boy, you know exactly who the I am. Stop playing. Like, bro, stop playing with me, bro. So, he had ended up talking to the girl, like they was together, like the girl, Greg's sister and him going to trips to Nashville and woo woo, but they claim he don't talk to her. So now here's where me and the sister get into it. Like I told y'all, me and the sister was close as fuck. Like no matter what, however we got into it, whatever, we was close as fuck. This took her friend's side over my side. Not even just took her friend's side. Girl, her friend called CPS on me. Her friend called CPS on me, said I abuse my kids. I do drugs in front of my kids. I shoot up in my arm. I'm homeless. I live in an Airbnb. I ain't got no food in my fridge. Like all type of outrageous stuff. Like said my kids be dirty. Like girl just like ran out with the report, girl. Mind you, she don't know where I stay at. So the kids, so they had ended up come looking for the kids at Greg grandma's house. Mark Kayla gonna say I called CPS on myself, baby. Her friend can't do no wrong. She said her friend an angel. Her friend put it on whoever dead. She ain't do that. But her friend an angel, baby. Her friend didn't do that. Girl, tell me why this girl harassed me for a damn near 10 months of my life. Like, this was the most delusional Greg have ever fucked with. Like, Greg have fucked with some delusional but this was like over the top delusional, dog. Like, she thought Greg was gonna leave his 4 kids to be with her. Like, I don't know what he be telling these females, but dog, he had her mind in the gutter. Girl, she was like calling in CPS reports, like doing weird shit. Like, girl, coming past my house, like just doing shit. And the whole time, Mark Haley just thinking I'm delusional, like I'm losing it. Like, and I'm telling her, like, this is real, like this is real, like CPS keep coming, like this is for real. Man, you, I would be a crazy person to call CPS on myself, okay? I'm calling CPS on myself, risking my kids getting to, and your brother damn sure can't take care of them, so why would I call CPS on myself? I have no benefit in that. I don't get no food stamps. I don't get no child care. I don't get none of that. So what would be the benefit of me calling CPS on myself? Anyways, we end up getting past that or whatever. The girl was like calling CPS, doing whatever. I guess she thought her and Greg was going to be together forever. I told her that wasn't going to work. Her and Greg ain't together no more. So, boom. So now January 2024 come around. At this point, like, I don't even want to with him. I'm like, bro, you keep bringing this over here. Like, you got your location. She, like, it's like so weird. She keep calling CPS, like, and he not doing nothing about it. Like, I don't even care if you with the bitch, bro. Like, why is this keep calling CPS on me, dog? Like, you leave me alone, go with her, and go on about your business. Girl, me and Greg had got into a big fight about the girl calling CPS or whatever. Girl, he had ended up putting a gun to my head, to my he gonna kill me and kill himself and like all type of, like, girl, it was all over the place, girl. I had to call the police and get him up out of there because he was like really going crazy, and I really, like, at this point I really felt in danger of my life. Like, I thought he was really gonna kill me. So the police had ended up coming to get him, whatever. I went back to Florida because I'm not finna get my kids took for you, bro. Like, this is too much. Like, at this point, I need to leave you alone because, bro, they was calling CPS so much. At this point, it's like, it don't even matter if it's true or false. Them folks finna just come snatch these damn kids up. So, I moved back to Florida, okay? Now, when I moved back to Florida, I feel like I'm getting myself back together. You know what I'm saying? I end up moving into an apartment in Florida, and I meet a new y'all gotta come back for the next part. Okay, so this is part 9 about how I found out my baby daddy, who I got 4 kids with, been with since I was 15 years old, manipulated a mentally ill person and had a baby with him. So now after my car gets shot up, I'm just like, I can't trust him. Like, I can't really sleep at night. Like, it's a whole lot of weird shit going on. Mind you, I brought it to his attention multiple times. Like, did you set me up? Like, I won't even be mad. Just tell me, did you set me up? And he just like telling me, no, I didn't do that. He steady putting blame on me, saying it's a that I was with when he was in jail. And he know it was a I was with when he was in jail. And I'm like, what? Because I ain't with no when you was in jail. So I had ended up getting past it. Dumb, blind, in love, got past it. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, here's where she get messy with the family. So, like I told y'all, me and the sister close as fuck. Like, she helped me with my kids no matter what. Like, she always there. Like, when he was in prison, that was like my backbone right there. Like, anything I needed, she was there. You get what I'm saying? So during this time, like maybe like a few months before Greg had got out of prison, Markelly had came and stayed with me for like a whole month. When she came and stayed with me, she brought her stepsister. Her stepsister's name is Kirsten, right? So Kirsten is her dad's wife daughter. Mind you, her dad and his wife had been together for years, and Greg and Kirsten grew up with each other. Greg used to go with Kirsten's best friend. It's messy. So they practically grew up like brothers and sisters because they share the same sister. Like that's his sister, that's her sister. But Greg and the girl ain't sisters. But you might as well say they all siblings, okay? Girl, tell me why the whole time this girl stayed at my house for a whole month. This girl done stole my car while I was asleep. I woke up, my car gone. I didn't even spaz because Markelly was with her. I'm like, you know what, Markelly, just don't do that no more, because if anything would have happened to my car, then like I wouldn't have known because y'all left without my permission. Stole my car while I was asleep. Then I told y'all, as I said, I had businesses and stuff. So somebody wanted to pay me on Apple Pay. I didn't take Apple Pay as a payment, but she had Apple Pay and she was staying at my house. So I said, well, can I send Apple Pay to you, and they will, and you'll send it to me cash out. Girl, how about she lied to the folks, told them that the money never came, had them send it like 2 or 3 times, like completely acted like me. I knew nothing about this till months later. So when I had said something to her about it, fool, I guess she called herself trying to get mad, trying to fight me or whatever, baby. I ain't never been scared of nobody. So I'm like, okay, so where you? I ain't even let her finish wrapping up what she's saying on the phone. I'm like, where you at? So she like, I'm at Greg Grandma's house. I'm like, okay, you stay right there. Mind you, Kyville is probably damn near 30 minutes from Horn Lake, 45 minutes from Horn Lake. I made it there at 15. Girl, when I pull up there, I pulled straight in the yard, walked up in the house, everybody acting like she ain't there. Like, everybody acting like they lost. Girl, I walked straight up in the house, sat on Grandma's couch, and talked about this whole like a dog. Talked about her like a dog. Get what? Whole time the hiding up in my Kayla room, fool. Didn't even want to let me know she was there. So I had no idea she was there. So I had ended up, I'm like, you know what, I'm finna go, because this hoe just kept me out. Like, she told me to pull up over here. I get over here, she ain't even over here. So I go to pull out the yard. She come walking out the house with her purse, bitch. Now, one thing about me, you never thought I was gonna leave out the yard without saying a thing. So I guess she had her mama to pull up and come get her, baby. Girl, when I'm pulling out the yard, I said, I'm gonna catch you, because the grandma was telling me to go home. She was like, don't do that over here in my yard, Disney. Go home. So I said, I'm gonna catch you, That girl took it upon her self to run out there to the road. Now, one thing about it, two things for certain, bitch, you ain't never thought you was gonna run up on me with you thing. Did let me line her up. I don't know if she thought I was I don't know, but one thing about it, two things for certain, I am not wrapped too tight. This hoe let me line her up, child. Line her up and run her the over. Man, I had to run her over twice. I ran her over, then I had to run her over again because I got too close to the tree. I had to bag up. The shit was crazy, fool. So I done ran her over. The people on the road beeping at me, trying to get me to stop, whatever. She called the police or whatever. So, baby, I happened to get to the light. I had seen her and her mama at the light by South Haven Walmart or whatever. I jumped out the car trying to fight her at the light, girl. She was so scared, girl. They made me hit people's car and everything, girl. I went on a whole hour chase on Instagram Live running from the police, girl. It was like wild, okay? So, now I guess the got ran over and she got animosity, bitch. Like, she got a secret vengeance out for me, bitch. How about she went and my baby daddy as soon as he got out of prison? And him in a motel. His sister's stepsister, dog. Like, bro, it gets worse and worse. Y'all come back for part 10, baby, because this is on the floor. One thing I know, y'all gonna let me brush my teeth and take me a shower, baby, before y'all be trying to jump down my neck about another video. This is part 12 of me being soul tied to a demon, dog. And I ain't talking no inner demon. I'm talking about my baby daddy that I share 4 kids with. So now January 2024, we had ended up getting into a big fight, as y'all know. The fight was over Taco Bell. So at this time, Greg was on the run from the police. Mind you, me and Greg hadn't been together for about, I'll say 8-9 months at this point. But he had nowhere to run to, so he basically came to my house. So at this point, I hadn't Greg in like a whole year. I hadn't, well, since we had our last kid, I hadn't touched him. So we live downtown Memphis. We end up being snowed in, like stuck. Now he's stuck at my house. Like, not only did he come over here, but he's stuck here. So in the midst of him being stuck here, him and his girlfriend into it, all these Taco Bell. This girl like texting his phone, talking about your ugly ass baby mama, this and that, and how you hate your baby mama, but you over there with her and woo. And I'm just like, sir, why do you keep talking to these? And this whole literally called CPS on your kids. So once she found out that Greg was over there, she called CPS again. At this point, baby, you got to go. You got to get out my shit. Go on about your business. At this point, it's getting too tiring for me. Greg went on a whole rampage. Put a gun to my head. Somebody gonna kill me, kill himself, whatever. I called the police and get his ass up out of there. So when Greg first goes to jail, my dumb ass is over here answering his jail calls, bro. I literally sent him like a hot plate, like answering his calls. I then moved back to Florida. My mom come and get me from Memphis. I moved back to Florida. I left everything behind, like left my furniture, my clothes. I left everything behind. Now, anybody who know me know the motion wherever I go, baby. Been getting money, still getting money, forever getting money. So it was no problem for me to start over back at home. Throughout January, it was pretty hard for me, but it was like a start of my spiritual journey. I pretty much feel like I was at my lowest, not financially, but just mentally. I was at my lowest. Like, I was just trying to piece it together. Like, okay, I have 4 kids with this man, and now I'm just moving back to Florida, thousands of miles away. And because you weren't doing shit for us when we was in Mississippi. So what would make a difference of me being here in Florida? Like, it would be the same shit, just without you in my life. Okay, so at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was still in love with my baby daddy, like crazy in love with him. But we were too toxic to be around each other. Me and my mom had ended up getting into a real bad fight because my mom was just trying to talk to me, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get my head in the right place. Now, I live in my truth. I regret every day doing this shit. So I had ended up like beating the shit out of my mom. Still to this day, I regret it. And I end up doing it, like, siding with Greg. So I had just realized, and I noticed how, like, even though I did that, my mom never turned her back on me. Like, she still came and got me. When all this shit was going on, CPS coming, Greg done put a gun to my head and stuff. My mom was on FaceTime when all this was going on, and she was like begging Greg, like, just like stop, like this shit is too much, you know what I'm saying? But she still came and got me. So at this point, January 2024, I feel like I have something to prove to my mom, like, you know, because she been trying for so long. My mom had been trying for years. She had just been trying to get me to walk away from the situation. She tried to talk to me. It's been times where I didn't talk to my mom for 2 years because I was so mad that she didn't want me to be with Greg. So now I feel like, you know, I got to come back home to Florida. I got to prove to my mom that I can be without Greg. You know, just get myself back together. Get back to being me. So now January was so hard for me. Like, I've always been in the church. I've always prayed and stuff, but I wasn't praying every day. At this point, I'm starting to pray every day because I'm so far at my lowest mentally. Baby, I had no choice but to call on him. So now at the end of January, the beginning of February, I end up meeting a new and he was just like so kind, so down to earth, like The complete opposite of what I'm used to. Y'all come back for part 13, baby. I did a good person bad. And lost the new nigga. So this is part 13 of me being so tied to this demon, dog. Okay, so I get back to Florida, feeling like myself, baby. Don't play with her. So now, the end of January, the beginning of February, I end up meeting a new. Now, as I said, this boy was like so down to earth, so kind, like just the complete opposite of what I'm used to. So at this point in my life, I hadn't in like a year or a year and a half, baby. My baby finna be 1 year old, and I hadn't since I got pregnant with her. So when I met this, I ain't never had a one night stand. Girl, I gave him the on the first night, dog. We had ended up talking on the phone for like 2 weeks, and then he wanted me to come see him. But we was talking faithfully like every day on the phone, 2 weeks, like all day, every day. I had ended up going out there and seeing him, and we. When I tell you the best thing that ever happened to my 23 years of living, girl, that boy the feelings I had for my baby daddy straight the up out of me. I'm talking about like the sex, amazing. When I tell you he casted that demon up out of me, baby. Oh, Lord Jesus. Now at this point, I was just on some like I just wanted a sneaky link. Like I wasn't too into having a boyfriend or a relationship because I just got out of a relationship for 7 years, baby. And if he knew half the that I went through, baby, girl, if he knew half the that I went through, I think he probably would have had some understanding. But I just didn't even want to discuss it. Like I didn't even want him to bring up my baby daddy. I didn't want to bring up my baby daddy. I just wanted to forget about the past. So now time go by, we kicking it, we hanging out more, you know what I'm saying? Like we was locked in. Like now it's like more of a sneaky link thing. Like now I'm starting to feel him. At that point, I can't even control my emotions. Which is the reason I didn't want to be in a relationship. I just wanted a sneaky link because I can't control my emotions. So we had ended up having a little disagreement or whatever, but we end up getting past it because, as I said, he's a very down to earth person. His communication skills, baby, A1. He basically talked to me and was like this ain't how you gotta do shit. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to me, tell me how you feeling or whatever, and we had got past it. Now a couple months done passed, we talking and shit. I wouldn't say love, but I care for this person a lot. And I'm just really feeling him, but I don't know how to tell him that. Now, mind you, in the midst of all this happening, I'm a Facebook troll. Like, I troll all day, all night. Like, that's all I do is troll. But I never had the intentions of trolling him. So one day we on the phone and he ends up asking me, would you be mad if I got a girlfriend? So at first, I'm kiki laughing about it. I'm like, don't even play with me. But then I just felt like he was so serious. Like, now I feel offended, dog. So I'm sitting up there like, a girlfriend. Mind you, I'm 23 years old, baby. Now, I know I ain't the brightest of them all, baby. And I ain't did a lot of because I've been with somebody for 7-8 years, baby. But one thing I do know is the you was doing to me, baby, you ain't had no business doing that to me. Baby, I ain't never did that to me in the 8 years that I started from 16 when I started. You got me a girlfriend. Girl, this boy was holding me up 6 feet in the girl, eating my upside down. Oh my God, Lord Jesus, I miss him. Girl, this man was doing I be watching on Pornhub. You hear me? Girl. So now I'm in my feelings, and I'm like, a girlfriend? Like, what? So, as I said, we were very sexually compatible. Like, stuff I was doing to him or stuff we were doing is not stuff that I would normally do. Like, because, you know, when you with somebody, but you can't them because you're not happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this boy here, he took time out to learn my body. Like, stuff that my baby daddy, like, never did. So, we had ended up having videos in my phone. When he made the comment about can we still be cool if he got a girlfriend or whatever, I'm like, okay, can we still be cool if I get on Facebook and show these people a video of me eating your... Yeah. So me mad as a mug. I get on Facebook and go live and show the video. Girl, he instantly mad as like, girl, he was so mad he cut me off, baby. Like, he didn't want to talk to me none. Now at this point in my life, Greg is rubbing off on me. Like, I could not deal with the fact that this boy did not want to with me no more. Girl, when I tell you live it, baby, I couldn't sleep, eat, or nothing. No, I'm just playing. But no, like, seriously, like, I could not get him off my mind. Like, I was so mad, girl. I called this man 550 times. This is not a game. So yeah, I end up sending him like all type of crazy text messages, telling him I'm finna come to his house, I'm finna do this, that, and the third. And he just be standing on business. You hear me? He like, listen, little baby, I ain't even finna do no arguing with you, baby. You come over here, I'm calling the police on you. And I just love that for him. Because I swear to God, this boy used to have me in check, baby. Like, I wasn't even, he ain't even play the rodeo with me, you hear me? So I'm like, ooh, okay, I got something for you, baby. Y'all come back for the next part. Okay, so this is part 14 of me being soul tied to this demon dog. We can't even say soul tied no more. Cause at this point, we done found out that the new done the demon up. He done cast the demon up out of me, baby. So this is part 14. So now I end up getting into it with the new like he ain't with me or whatever. I'm like, you know what? This. I'm finna go about my business. A lot of y'all was on the previous video asking, am I gonna double back? I am, in fact, gonna double back. I just feel like right now I'm in my healing process. So, I do plan on going to get in my back, baby. I just feel like I'm finna work on myself for the next couple weeks, next couple months, so I can get him the best version of me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about him getting no girlfriend or nothing, baby. Cause I promise can't nobody make that stand like me. You hear me? But yeah, I do plan on doubling back. So now me and the new end up getting into it. I'm like, you know what? Him, I'm finna go about my business. I had ended up hitting him up and he was like so mean to me. Girl crushed me. Like, I ain't never seen him act like that to me. Girl, he just wanted me to leave him alone. He was like, just move on with your life, whatever. I'm like, okay, bitch, I will. You hear me? So I never, like, I didn't even text him back. I just never said nothing else to him after that. Girl, a couple months passed by. He ended up making a post about me a week ago on his social media, saying like he can't lie, he missed me or whatever. I knew he missed me, but I texted him and told him I missed him too. But I left it at that. Like, I'm not even gonna try and, you know what I'm saying, rekindle that relationship until I can get him the best version of me. So yeah, so I end up going on about my business. Now I'm doing better. Like, I'm in my healing process. I actually rekindled the relationship with Greg. Not on an emotional level. I hadn't let Greg see the kids in long. I hadn't let him talk to them on the phone. None of it. Like, so the original plan for me and Greg was for him to get the kids for the summer. That didn't end up going as planned because clearly he's a deadbeat. So after months and months of me trying, I'm like, listen, baby, you don't want to come get them from Florida? I'm finna drop them off to you. So now here's where we get to the craziest part. I end up getting a text to my phone while one day when Greg is getting kids, whatever, right? I get a text to my phone that says, I had to insert it, but hey, I don't know if you know, but me and Greg has a child together just like you and him do. When I tell you my mouth drop. Now, man, Greg done had plenty of kids. You know what I'm saying? Sir, you can't even take care of the kids you got right now, and you still having, I thought you done learned your ass dog. You still having kids. When I tell you I backslapped the shit out that so hard, dog. I said, you sat up here and had another baby, and you don't even take care of all the 120,065,111,000 kids you got right now. So I end up calling the girl because he in front of me at that time. It's just a coincidence. She texts me at the second I'm in front of that. So I said, let me see your baby. That was my first thing when I answered the phone. Let me see your baby. Girl, when I tell you the baby got the grid whole face, I looked at him like I was just so stuck for words. I said, so you got a newborn? He sat up there on the phone. This girl is on my FaceTime. So that's my baby, bro. Bro, I don't even know you, bro. This and that. She was like, come on, Greg. What makes this whole situation worse, the girl has special needs. This boy. So I talked to the girl a little bit. I said, mind you, I'm a mean girl. I couldn't even be mean to her, fool, because I was just, oh. I spoke to her. She said, I'm 19 and I'm trying. She said, I haven't spoke to Greg. I haven't seen Greg. My baby is 4 months old. Greg had been lying to me for 4 months. Like, he gonna come see the baby. He gonna send me some money for the baby. He all this and that, right? Girl, tell me why. This girl had been working at Sonic. Greg took advantage of this girl. Every paycheck, this girl gave Greg the whole paycheck. Girl, come back for the next part. Okay, so he ends up getting charged with aggravated assault. Like I said, this isn't a charge I put on him. This is a charge that South police put on him. So with this charge, I had ended up having to call the police on Greg a couple days before this, like the 18th or whatever, right? He ended up running from them. They never caught him, okay? Greg had ended up going on a long ass chase, and he ended up going to his grandma's house. He lost them, ended up going to his grandma's house. Now, when Greg at his grandma's house, he calls me and says, I'm sorry, woo, like, please, can we just stop all this fighting? Can we just be together? Dumbass mother me sitting on the phone with him on his grandma, like he on his grandma porch. He's on the phone with me and he's like, the police keep passing by. I think they finna come over here. So I'm like, leave your car in the yard, go jump the back gate, and I'm finna send you an Uber. Because clearly he couldn't pull his car out the yard or whatever, right? So Greg ends up jumping the back gate. I end up calling him or whatever, right? So Greg ends up jumping the back gate. I end up calling him an Uber to my house. Mind you, after he just did all this shit, I'm still trying to save him. So he catches an Uber to my house. He gets to my house, and the police did in fact go to his grandma's house. They towed his car out the grandma's yard or whatever. No questions. Like, they ain't want to hear shit grandma had to say. Nobody had to say. They took the car, and that was the end of it. So Greg ends up coming to my house. And the police end up tracking his phone at my house. So us not knowing that the police done track the phone, he's just in there sleep comfortable. Like, the police end up setting up snipers on the building across. Like, I'm talking about like all type of police out there. He had SWAT trucks and like camper cars. I ain't even know South Haven police had. Do you hear me? They came and got his ass up out my house. Like, they came and got him up out the house, baby. Them was out there for like 4-5 hours. I'm talking about, like, bro, like, it the crazy, dog. So, how they end up getting in my house, I had ended up going out the door because I'm seeing all these fucking police outside. I'm like, bro, these folks not finna go away. So, I had a deadbolt on my lock. I had locked my door, and I had told Greg, I said, do not come out this house. I went out. As soon as I walked out the house, the police immediately rushed me. They was like, who's in the house? I said, ain't nobody in my house. This dumbass sitting up there looking out the window. I just told these folks wasn't nobody in my house. And you looking out the window? Girl, the lady who was over the case, well, over all these cases, because, baby, she was tired. She was like, Destiny, you're pregnant. This is ridiculous. Like, we try every thing to keep this man away from you, and you just keep letting him come back. Like, this is crazy. So the woman, like, was real pissed off. Like, she was just going berserk. She ended up taking my house keys, and they attempting to go in the house. I'm telling them, like, no, please don't go in my house. Like, please, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they had so many guns for, like, bro, oh my God. They had tank trucks out there. I didn't even know South Police had tank trucks. Girl, this was on the floor. So I'm begging them, like, please do not go in my house. Like, please, I don't want y'all to kill him. Like, please, you know, because I don't know how Greg finna react when these people go in the house. I just don't know, baby. I'm telling them I will get him out the house. I end up talking to Greg, and I'm like, please just come out the house, Greg. Like, please just come out with your hands up or whatever. This stupid ends up making the situation worse. He goes on the balcony and holds my baby up and uses her as a shield, telling them he ain't coming out that. Girl, come back for the next part. So he ends up using my baby as a shield, doing all type of shit. His whole family is out there. They done contacted his daddy, everybody, and basically they just trying to negotiate with him to come out of the house. So y'all know Greg is a detailer. He details cars and stuff. So he works for his daddy business, and his daddy has a contract with South Haven Police. So the captain of South Haven Police, Greg, details his car. So that's the only person he wanted to speak to. So the captain ended up getting Greg to come out of the house or whatever. They take Greg to jail. Now, when Greg goes to jail, at this time, his bond was not $50,000. His bond was actually $500,000. Mind you, I've been bonding Greg out for the last 3 months, like damn near every week for the last 3 months. And baby, my funds is running low. And I've never been down bad, but $500,000 bond, baby, I can't do it. So he calling me from jail or whatever. I'm telling him, like, I can't come get you, baby. Like, you gonna have to give me a couple days to figure something out, because a $500,000 bond is crazy. So his daddy end up getting him out of this one right here. His daddy end up bonding him out. When his daddy bonds him out, he comes back to my house. And that's discharge right here, violation of domestic violence no contact order, because he comes back to my house. Now, the stalking aggravated felony comes from him violating the no contact order so many times. So, South Haven Police calls him and tells him he can come pick up his phone out of the evidence. They don't need it no more, which was a setup. So me and him ride together to South Haven Police Department. He parks like on the side of the building or whatever, and ridiculous. Like, he's not even supposed to be around you. Why are you here? Like, why are you in the car with him? So now they trying to charge me with all type of shit. So that's where this charge stems from. They had charged him with aggravated stalking because he just kept on coming around me, and they caught me in the car at the police station. He had to sit for a couple days because his daddy had to go hire a lawyer and to get his bond dropped, because at that time his bond was like outrageous. So yeah, they end up releasing him on this charge for aggravated stalking. They end up releasing him on an ankle monitor, and he no longer could come back to my address. They put him on house arrest, but he had no restrictions. He just could not go to my address. And that's where the part comes in, where I move out of my apartment and move into another apartment so that he could stay with me, because clearly he couldn't go back to that address. Okay, so this is part 16 of me so tied to this demon of a baby daddy. So I end up finding out about the whole little situation with him having the threesome with the damn minors, with 15-year-olds. I end up immediately cutting him off, because I'm like, this is weird. Mind you, I don't know if it's true. I'm just going by what the little girl told me, but I don't put past him. So I cut him off because I don't even want no like that attached to my name, baby. So I end up cutting him off like for a long time, for some months. And I end up meeting this new So when I meet this he had just got out of prison or whatever. He had a little situation with his baby mama. They was toxic too. He had 2 kids with her. He said, well, I ain't being messy, but he said he only had 1 kid with her and the other kid wasn't his. But I'm just a messenger, baby. So I end up meeting this dude named Baldhead. Now, this man is like way older than me, so he was more like a goddamn father figure. He didn't want me doing like no crazy shit. Like he kept me in line, okay? We really was with each other tough, but like not even on all that, you know what I'm saying? But we with each other tough. So At the time of me talking to this man, I was talking to him for maybe like 3-4 months or whatever. But when I was talking to him, I didn't know that he was still messing off with his baby mama. I don't know if they was like messing off, but she was crazy about him. So one night, I'm dropping him off at home, and a car pulled behind me. So I'm like, what the girl, it's his baby mama. But at the time, I'm not knowing it's his baby mama. So he getting out the car, walking in the house. He completely ignoring the person that's in the car. So I pull off because I'm not even knowing what's going on. Bro, when I tell you, bro, did chase me all the way to the interstate, dog. Like, I'm like, who the did he call, like, going behind me, chasing me, fool, bro? This chased me all the way to the interstate, dog. This bitch damn near ran off the road trying to chase me, dog. I'm like, what the So he ends up calling me. He tell me it's his baby mama or whatever. He like, bro, that crazy fool. Just don't even worry about her. So mind you, everybody know I'm talking to this dude. She know I'm talking to this dude. Everybody knows I'm talking to this dude. So I guess the baby mama getting her feelings or whatever, right? He end up like not talking to her or whatever, but like whole time she was pregnant. She ended up getting pregnant before he started talking to me. So one day he ended up asking me to use my car or whatever because he had to go to a work interview. And I was like, okay, just bring my car back later. I'm in there sleep good as my phone start blowing up. 10 o'clock in the morning, my phone blowing up. Everybody calling me, Destiny, you okay? What? I'm like, what the going on? They like, girl, your car is wrecked. I'm like, my car wrecked. Bruh, when I tell you I was blowed out, the man never called me to tell me that my car was wrecked. So I'm like, I'm calling around, bruh, everybody is calling me, fool. So I end up getting him on the phone. I'm like, bro, where's my car, fool? Where's my car, bro? He was like, bro, I was finna call you, bro. This dumbass girl smashed into your car. Tell me why. The girl smashed into my car like 100 and something miles an hour. Her car flipped over, like flipped in the air, flipped over, and this crawled out the car like she was a superhero or something. Y'all think I'm being dramatic? I'm so serious. When I watched the neighbor, her car flipped over, like flipped in the air, flipped over, and this crawled out the car like she was a superhero or something. Y'all think I'm being dramatic? I'm so serious. When I watched the neighbor camera, bro, I could not believe this y'all. I don't know how this girl made it out, baby. Bruh, this girl, oh my God. She ends up wrecking my car. I end up cutting him off because I'm like, this too much for me, okay? I'm getting money. I ain't worried about with you and your baby mama, nigga. I got my own baby dad. I ain't finna play with you like that. You hear me? So, my car ended up getting wrecked. I ended up getting another little car. So now around this time is when I started going like down to Senatobia and more. That's like more down the way, like not the city, but down the way. So I start hanging out with a girl named Santina. So she brings me around some more people. I end up meeting more people, and eventually I end up meeting this boy named Devin. Now, when I meet Devin, it's like strictly on some cool shit. Like, he was like my brother. Like, we never had sex or anything. Like, he was just cool as hell. Now, we used to flirt a little bit, but never had sex. Mind you, Devin's sister is JJ godmom, my son godmom. So, when I start sending my son over there and stuff, I guess his godmom was posting him on Snapchat, and now the family being messy, telling Greg that, that girl got your baby over there at Devin them house, woo. So now he thinks I'm Devin. I end up buying me another little cash car. I ain't even really care to just keep on buying all these cars off the lot and shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting money. I'm finna run it up in this little cash car. So I get me a little cash car or whatever. Now, one day, me and Devin had ended up riding to the store with Devin's sister and Santina. Mind you, we in my little cash car, and we just vibing. So when we on the way to the store, it ended up being a car keep like riding my ass, dog. Devin is driving. I'm in the passenger seat. His sister and Santina in the back seat. Mind you, I haven't talked to my baby daddy in months. I end up getting like some no caller ID calls, and I'm picking it up, and it's Greg, and he like, where you at, woo woo woo, and I'm like, I'm out of town. I'm in Nashville. I ain't nowhere around there. Stop calling me, girl. So it's a car riding our ass, fool, like so close, and I'm not paying attention, but I see Devin keep looking in the mirror, and he like trying to figure out what the going on. So I said, that must be the police behind us. Here goes Santina crazy ass in the background. You talking about the police? That's your baby daddy. So I'm like, oh my God, fool. Mind you, we're right by the police station in Sentosa. Devin ended up trying to turn down a street off of Highway 51. He tried to turn off. Is that Highway 50? I don't know if it's Highway 51. He ended up turning off a street and trying to like go away from Greg. I'm telling him like, bro, just keep going, fool. Just keep going, bro, because this man on some more shit. Bro, tell me why this man blocked us off. Like on some whole crazy shit, bro. Blocked us off, fool. Got out the car dumping. I'm talking about dumping that down. 2 guns in his hand, dumping that down. Then shot out my radiator. And Devin puts the car in reverse like in Fast and Furious movie. And he just hits the gas and like he driving, he going backwards or whatever, and fucks around and hit the fire extinguisher. Girl, Greg going crazy. Girl, all you hear is skirt. He come down there where we crashed at. Everybody jumped out the car running, but Santina. So on my little cash car, don't laugh at me, but my door behind my driver's side didn't open. And that's the side Santina was on, so she wasn't able to get out the car, but all of us took out running. So I'm hiding in the bushes. Devin and his sister, they gone. They done left me. And Santina over there is still trying to get out the car with them. So Greg come down there like, where that bitch? I'ma kill that hoe. Woo-doo. So Santina like, don't shoot Greg. It's me, bro. It's me. So Greg end up leaving the scene, baby. Y'all come back for the next part. Cause baby, Devin them roll. Anything like that, this is about Greg. But go on, get your snacks ready. Cause this is part 17 of me so tied to this demon of a baby daddy. So as y'all know, we end up wrecking out. Devin had backed into the fire extinguisher when Greg was shooting at us, right? So now Greg done left the scene. I'm running through the alley cause I'm trying. Hey, y'all stop out there screaming. I'm running through the alley, trying to find Devin them. I'm trying to find Sam. I'm trying to find everybody. Like, what going on? So, we end up getting to Devin's sister house. When I tell you they round up the troops, they rolled it done. Do you hear me? Girl, this was on the floor. Girl, everybody. I'm talking about one phone call, 100 pulled up over there. So now everybody looking for Greg. Now it's really, it done got serious, baby. They ain't trying to hear nothing I had to say. Baby, I'm out there crying. I'm like, listen, please don't kill my baby daddy, okay? Like, please don't kill my baby daddy. Everybody mad at me. What I do? They like, Destiny, this is ridiculous. Like, if you don't talk to him, then how he end up, you know what I'm saying? So just me putting other people in the mix, or they thought I was putting other people in the mix, it was like, damn, the So now everybody mad at me. I couldn't stop them, baby. They had a mind of their own. They were looking for Greg for hours, baby, all night. Do you hear me? So eventually they was like, you know what, we gonna catch his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I had end up getting them to just chill, just, you know what I'm saying? I end up getting a little bit settled. So now fast forward, I had end up getting back with Greg. Girl, when I tell you everybody was talking about me, girl. So now Greg ends up meeting this other girl. I'm not gonna say her name because I'm just not gonna say her name, okay? She really don't have nothing to do with this, okay? And I really feel bad for her situation. So fast forward, Greg ends up meeting this girl, right? she is not a racist, but her family is racist. Now, when Greg starts talking to her, I had found out, I had ended up having some conversations with her or whatever, and I pretty much told her how it was gonna turn out. She told me she had no idea that me and Greg was together. She had no idea Greg had kids. He lied about pretty much his whole life to this girl. She pretty much had her life together at that time. But she was stuck in her head like me. So now, she ended up messing with Greg, like, and they messing with each other. The girl ends up getting pregnant, right? Now, when she gets pregnant, at the time, she's like, she don't care what nobody got to say. Like, she riding for her. But on the other hand, she's remembering that she has a racist family. So now she finds out she's pregnant and she calls me. She's crying. Boo-hoo crying. Destiny, I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. How am I gonna bring this baby home to my family? This, that, and that, right? And I'm telling her, like, I completely feel bad, but I don't know what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I already told you how this was gonna turn out. So she ends up getting pregnant and she completely changes with Greg. She no longer have contact with Greg. He don't want to talk to her. He don't want to be in the baby life. He's sending her messages telling her to get rid of the child, all type of stuff. He ends up offering to pay for the abortion, but she didn't get it. She stated that her family didn't approve of abortions, but her family also didn't approve of a black baby. So it really didn't make sense to me. So months go on, she's pregnant, and she ends up calling me again. So now this time when I speak to her, she ends up telling me, like, this is the worst thing happened to my life. I don't even know this man. She says the night that we end up having, he gave me a pill and I didn't know what type it was. Come to find out it was sick. So I had to backtrack right quick. I'm like, hold up, or what? Girl, when I had my baby, right, I had a C-section. I done had 4 C-sections, okay? But at the time, I only had 2 C-sections. Girl, when I tell you the pain that them C-sections give you, girl, when I had my baby, okay, I came home and I could not find my mother medicine. I was in pain for weeks, baby. Like, I had to just thug it out, you know what I'm saying? And girl, I just had a C-section. Couldn't find my medicine for nothing, baby. I'm steady telling Greg, I know you took my medicine. Because he kept asking me. He kept asking me for one of them or 2 of them. And I'm telling him I need my medicine. Come to find that, girl, Greg was taking my medicine, going and giving it, just and fucking the out on. So she ends up telling me, like, that night she don't remember nothing, what happened, this and that. I ain't even care about all that. Baby, I'm still stuck on my medicine. Y'all over there on my goddamn C-section medicine while I'm at the house in pain? This is crazy, baby. So, another couple months go on and she ends up having the baby. Now, when she have the baby, of course, her family have no choice but to accept the baby. So she ends up taking the baby home, and the father just completely don't approve of it. I feel so bad for her. Her daddy literally left the house and never came back. Her daddy just didn't approve of her having a black baby. Now, she also told me, like, because I asked her, like, how you know he not gonna approve of the baby? She was like, because I would ask for certain shoes or whatever, and the daddy will tell her, you back messing with them brothers and this and that and that. And so he just didn't want her to have a baby with a black person, let alone be with a black person. So the daddy ends up moving out the house, never coming back. He put a padlock on his door, so that she can't have access to it, which she ended up breaking off. The house was in her mom's name, But her mom had passed away, so the house ended up, you know what I'm saying, going down to her. Since then, she's been living in that same home, and her daddy never came back. Now her baby is like, 4, 3, 4, something like that. But her daddy never came back, girl. She haven't spoke to Greg. Greg haven't attempted to contact the baby. And it's just a dead end with that. Y'all come back for the next part. This is part 18 of me soul tied, child, to this demon of a baby daddy. Now, man, you, months passed on after the girl had ended up having her baby. At this point, Greg family just think I'm delusional. You can't tell them nothing about Greg. Like, Greg do no wrong. Even with my face busted up, it was like, baby, I mean, Greg can't do no wrong. That's not how he was raised. That's not how he was brought up. This and that and that. Girl. So here's what a grandma sees for herself how her grandson is. So, I end up staying at the grandma's house or whatever. Greg end up waking up and his phone is gone. Mind you, his phone is not gone. It's somewhere lost in the house. He immediately say I stole his phone. I promise you, I did not touch this boy's phone. Like, why would I steal your phone? So, he wakes up, he don't have a phone, and he's going berserk. Greg end up coming in the living room where I was, like, where my phone at? Woo. And I'm telling him, boy, I don't have your phone. When I tell you, Greg beat the at me in front of his grandma. His grandma was in tears. His grandma could not believe what she was seeing. Mark Haley was screaming for him to stop. Like, he was going crazy. At the time I was pregnant, and Greg was like stomping the at me with his work boots. I'm talking about with steel toe boots. And I don't know who else was there, but I know for sure the sister and the grandma was there. And they was just like lost for words. They couldn't. The grandma had ended up locking Greg out the house. He's literally kicking his grandma's front door, like going berserk crazy. Bro, I need my phone, this and that. And she telling him, Greg, stop, like, stop. She had to call his daddy over there. Now, mind you, Greg daddy is a pastor, and Greg daddy don't play no games with him. I do kind of feel like he enabled his behavior a little bit. His dad a Rolling Stone too, baby. His dad got a whole bunch of kids. His daddy got a baby way down in Broward, child. Like, well, not a baby, but a son way down in Broward. That's crazy right there. Girl, these folks way from Mississippi, girl. How the hell you got a son way in Broward County, Florida? This motherfucker went to Boyd Anderson High School, baby. Way beyond me, child. When I call the daddy and tell him, like, Greg doing, or ask for any type of way to contact Greg to get some type of help with these kids, he pretty much, like, I don't know what to tell you. It was literally like one day I was boohoo crying, like literally at my lowest. I damn near wanted to myself because I have 4 kids, not 1, not 2, but 4. It was like real overwhelming. They bad as fuck. Baby, these kids was taking me down through there. And I'm literally boohoo crying on the phone with the daddy. I'm like, listen, can you please have Greg to come get his kids? Like, the daddy like, well, you got to make sacrifices sometimes. And he can maybe come get 1 or 2 of the kids, but he can't get all on. I'm like, can't get all on? Baby, I sacrifice every day of my life for 4 kids, and you telling me that he can't get all on? He was like, well, he got to be on my clock and this and that and that. What? Sir, I wouldn't give a if that had a personal business meeting with Jesus Christ. Do you hear me? I sacrifice every day of my life for 4 kids. And you telling me that he is not capable of getting 4 kids? He, like, I have to be reasonable? No, you be reasonable. So the daddy just enabled all this, baby, to be honest. So the daddy pull up. The daddy end up getting Greg to calm down or whatever. I think he went and bought him a whole new phone. Like, it was not even all that serious. He ended up finding the phone that he lost. But on this day, the grandma ended up seeing exactly how Greg was. I ended up like trying to stab him. And the grandma told me I had to leave, couldn't come back or whatever. My friend Darius ended up getting me a apartment because, as y'all know, Greg took my credit down through there, baby. I couldn't get an apartment nowhere. So Root ended up getting me an apartment. His name Darius, but we call him Root. He ended up getting me an apartment. And pretty much I stayed there for the next 2 years. Come back for the next part. Good morning. Y'all remember what long get up. I ain't slept in the last 2 days, cause if you think you finna go to sleep now, you got me up. Before we start our bullshit today, gonna say a little prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for beautiful people. My period came on, baby. Thank you, Lord, for just not being pregnant by now. Serial baby daddy like Greg again. Jesus name, amen. Now real gonna get the up. Cause this is part 19 of me so tied to this garbage, bush, nasty, foot dragging, country foot, big boot wearing ass, cockeyed demon of a baby daddy. So I ends up getting the apartment in my friend name. As y'all know, Root ended up getting me the apartment. So when I move in there, everything kind of smooth with Greg, but it's still off the porch sideways. So one night we leaving his grandma's house and we end up stopping at McDonald's. Now while we at McDonald's, I'm asleep. So my passenger seat was laid back and I was like face towards him. But the seat was all the way back. So while I'm laid back, I happen to see a paper on the back seat. And the paper just so happened to be a receipt from a motel. Not a hotel, baby. A motel. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I grabs the receipt and I look at it. And it say like Jayla or however the fuck it was. Some name with a J. I'm like, who the fuck? But the name looked familiar though. So me being me, I put the paper down and typed the name on Facebook. Cause I'm trying to see who this be. Girl, whole time it was my Facebook friend. I knew the name looked familiar for her. I'm like, the fuck? The girl whole name that was on the receipt was her Facebook name. And I done seen her plenty of times down my page. She done said stuff to me like, this is weird. So, I end up saying to him like, so who you was at a hotel with? And he trying to act like he's so dumb. And he telling me I wasn't at no hotel. Woo. So I show him the receipt or whatever. He told me, oh, that's my cousin. I ain't gonna say his name. So he was like, that's my cousin receipt. And I was like, how your cousin receipt get in the car? Girl, tell me why this boy made up a whole story, right? So he says, he ended up taking the cousin to Oxford to pick up the girl, and he took them to a hotel. The girl ran inside, paid for the hotel, came back to the car, and left the receipt in the car. Full of shit. I'm knowing he's full of shit. So I'm like, no, mind you, the cousin got a girlfriend. So I'm like, okay, if that's the cousin receipt, then I'm finna text his girlfriend and let his girlfriend know that his other left a receipt in the car. So here he go. Nah, bro, you ain't gotta do that. You starting shit. That's why I don't like to tell you shit, because you go starting shit. Oh, baby, I care nothing about that. You said it's the cousin receipt. So I'm finna see if it's the cousin receipt. So we end up getting to the house. Mind you, I'm pissed because I know he's full of shit. So he ended up asking me to do his hair. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do your hair. We turn on the movie. I start retwisting his hair. While I'm twisting his hair, he falls asleep. Mind you, his phone is on the other side of the bed, like kind of towards the end of the bed, but it have no code on it. I never bothered to go through his phone because I really don't give a but this night I'm like, no, I'm finna go through this phone. So his phone had ended up ringing. It was calling the same that was on the receipt. So I didn't even bother to pick it up. I'm just looking at the number across the screen. So I see the number, I type it on Cash App, and that's how I knew it was the calling. So after she had like stopped calling or whatever, I'm still twisting her, and I'm thinking about it. Like, I'm contemplating, like, should I go through his phone? Should I not go through his phone? Because I ain't gonna lie, my heart falls to my ass when I see like that. Like, baby, they gonna have to come pick me up off the floor. Do you hear me? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna go through the phone. So I reach over him, I grab the phone. I end up going through his messages. Now, me being me, I'm going to her messages. So I don't give a about nobody. I'm trying to see about this receipt. So I go to her messages. So when I get to her messages, she had ended up sending him a screenshot of me texting her on Facebook. And I said whatever about the receipt. And so she was like, your baby mama texting me this and that. And he was like, tell her that you was with Woot his cousin. The most craziest I heard. Boy, you ain't never thought you finna with me, and I'm finna lie for you to your baby mama and tell her that I was with your cousin. Boy, hell nah. But the girl going along with it, fool. So she did end up texting me and saying, oh, I was with Woot, and I was like, no, you weren't. So I seen the message back and forth or whatever, and she was like, oh, now you gotta pay me because you inconveniencing me, your baby mama texting me, this and that. She also had some messages in there talking about she pregnant and she need money for an abortion. He's so fucking dumb. He sent her money for an abortion. Come to find out, she was never pregnant. I had ended up talking about her real bad on Facebook. She called me on Esther and had like a long conversation with me talking about she didn't mean no harm or whatever, and told me that she lied about being pregnant and finessed him out his money. Crazy, baby. So when I had seen the messages, I had instantly knocked his ass about his sleep, baby. He jumped up all scared and shit, like, what? And I'm like, this what you doing? Like, this weird ass shit, like, this, you still on the same shit? So I'm like, you gotta get the out, bro. Like, go and get your shit and get the out of my house, bro. Now he gets mad at me because he got caught. Girl, the most craziest delusional shit I ever in my life heard. So he ends up pulling a gun on me. I'm telling him, like, put that gun down. Like, stop pointing that gun at me. You weird as like, and in the midst of us yelling back and forth at each other, like, you know when it just be so much commotion, like, you yelling, I'm yelling, like, everybody like, shut the up. It was like one of them moments. He up there waving the gun around and acting like a crazy person, end up shooting the gun in the apartment, fool. Dumb almost shot himself. He had the gun in his jacket pocket, and he doing like this, waving the damn around like that in his pocket, like yelling, you know what I'm saying, all the hand movements and end up shooting through his jacket. Almost shot his self. Shot through my apartment floor, and it goes through the lady downstairs the fucking apartment. Oh, bitch, mad as fuck. He instantly chilled out. He instantly like, bro, chill, fool. I don't know. Most stupidest I ever in my life. I really, honestly, to be honest, I think something is really wrong with him. Like, how do you just go from berserk crazy to chill? Like, bruh, I'm lost for words, okay? So I'm like, you a dumb you a motherfucker. Now, what if you would have shot me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm spazzing on his ass. So after like a whole hour of us fucking arguing and shit, he called himself tired, baby. Oh, me, baby, I don't get tired. This is part 20 of me so tired to this demon of a baby dad. Now, I ain't gonna lie, baby. I got a little animosity, boo. I'm mad as a mug. So, yeah, I got a little attitude. So, since I'm a deadbeat, let's go and talk about you, deadbeat. So, y'all remember the trip I ended up taking to Florida with Greg, the $10,000 trip where he goes on the yacht and do all the water sports, correct? Okay, cool. So, we drove to Florida. We didn't catch a flight. We drove his car to Florida that he got by filing my kids on text and not telling me about it, baby. I knew nothing about him filing my kids on text. Man, you do nothing for my kids, but you filed my kids on Texas? Baby, please. So on the way to Florida, this man had weed, pills, all type of stuff in the car, a gun in the car, and I know nothing about it, baby. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't completely know nothing about it, but I only knew about the gun. I did not know about none of this other stuff that's in the car. Everybody carries a gun, so I didn't see nothing wrong with him riding with the gun to Florida. But the weed and the pills, I absolutely did not know nothing about that. Now, On the way to Florida, we end up getting stopped by the police somewhere in Alabama. Now, I don't remember which kid was in this car, but it either had to have been the oldest or the second one. Don't know which one. But it was on the... Where the fuck was the other kid? I don't even know, baby. Must have been at the grandma's house. To be honest, this was so long ago, I really cannot remember. You know what? It had to been... I don't want to tell no lies, so we just gonna move past it. It was one of them. So we end up driving to Florida. We get pulled over by the police in Alabama. Now, when we get pulled over by the police in Alabama, the car smelled like weed. We weren't smoking in the car, but clearly he had weed, so the car smelled like weed. Now, at the time, I smoke weed, so you know when you smoke, you can't even smell that type of stuff. Why you do that, mama? When you smoke, you can't even smell that type of stuff, okay? So it's like the smell is, I'm used to the smell being in the car, so I don't even notice that it's in there. So the police asked for his driver's license, whatever, and they end up going back to the police car. So now when the police come back to the car, they like step out the car. He's like, for what, sir? Whatever, woo. I'm still sitting in the car with the baby or whatever, and they outside the car talking to him. Now, they end up letting him get back in the car, and again, they went back to the police car. Now, when he gets back in the car, he ends up, like, shoving I'm talking about a big-ass bag of fucking pills in my baby diaper. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, bro, at this point, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Bro, this man, like, tied the Ziploc bag up, put it in the baby diaper, and sat the baby back in the seat. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, mind you, my baby already needed to be changed. We've been on the road for however long, and we didn't even get a chance to stop at the gas station yet to change the baby. So the baby diaper already full. So now the police come back to the car, and they tell me to step out the car. I'm like, me step out the car? So they tell me to grab my baby and step out the car. I'm like, what the fuck? So I grabbed the baby, and like, I'm at this point, I'm panicking, but I'm calm. Like, I'm grabbing the baby out the car seat or whatever, and I'm knowing what's in her fucking diaper. But the didn't even tie it all the way. So now it's pills falling all over the car, all in the baby car seat, all over the floor, all over the damn, like, everywhere in the car. Bro, I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm not thinking they finna, bro. They search the car. They see the pills. So they picking them up one by one. Like, they're X pills. When I tell you the look I was giving it, he know he up. So I'm like holding my baby or whatever, like, but I'm trying to hold her to like where they can't even see the diaper. I grabbed the blanket out the car and I got the blanket wrapped on her, and I'm trying to hold her right. So the police picking the pills up one by one. They had to been picked up like 30 of them already. They asking him about it. They asking me about it. I'm like, listen, baby, I don't know. They asking him about it. He like, I don't know. And now the officer like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody finna go to jail. X pills are 5 years per pill. Google is free, baby. That is a 5-year sentence per. At this point, I'm stuck. I ain't taking no charge. And I'm damn sure I ain't finna get my baby took. And I'm letting him know that now. So, I don't know what you finna do or what you finna say, but I'm letting you know now. It ain't even finna go how you think it's finna go, boo. So, he ends up telling the police that, oh yeah, them mine or whatever. It's my birthday. We going down to Florida or whatever. And I just had them, and I know I ain't supposed to have them, but I have them. So now the police like searching the car or whatever. They telling me they had already searched the passenger seat, the front seat. So they like, you can get back in the car. And so I get back in the car, and now I'm holding the baby on the passenger seat because they not done with the traffic stop. They just want me to get in the car. So I sit down with the baby. They still in the back seat, picking them up. At this point, bitch, it's like 70 of them they done picked up. All them fell out the bag. So I'm like, what the fuck? So now another officer pulls up, and that officer wants to search the car. Again, I got to get out the car. So guess what, baby? When I get out the car, more of them fall out. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He puts me on the back seat. I said, listen, I need to sit down. So he tells me to get in the back seat. When I get in the back seat, more of them falling out. Bruh, at this point, like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I can't even stand up outside the car because these is just falling. So, he searched the front seat first. He finds the ones that done fell when I got out. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? They picking up. By this time, baby, it's 100 on them. Like, more than 100 of them. So, he finished searching the front seat. He like, you can go and get back in the front seat or whatever. When I get out the back seat, more of them fall out. So, now he goes to the back seat. And he's finding them. And the lady's like, what the f***? Because I just searched the back seat. When I tell you, like, at this point, my fucking nerves are through the fucking roof. Mind you, this is not the first time he's done this to me. I literally, like, had to lie to these people, tell them I just had a C-section. This is my C-section medicine, which was some Percocet. And that's how he ended up not getting a charge for them. And they was in a Ziploc bag. And I said, oh, well, they're in a Ziploc bag because, you know, I had made up some type of story about the pill bottle. So, I ended up getting him off that time. Baby, this time, I wasn't even going like that, bro. My kid finna get took and everything. I'm not even finna go like that. So now they blow. Like, the police is blow. They like, bro, it's so many of these more. And I just searched the back seat or whatever. So at this point, I'm like, well, I must have sat on some when I was in the back seat. And, you know, when I came to the front, it must have went on it was already on my pants. She goes for it. Now, the police end up letting me stay in the car, but they talk to him. They end up talking to him for a little minute. Mama, can you please move? So they end up talking to him and just lets us go. Baby, at this point, I'm looking at him with the side eye. Because I'm like, no ticket, no nothing. You just letting us go? Have a safe trip? It's giving very federal fed. It's giving police. I'm like, what the fuck? He like, bro, we blessed, fool. We blessed. This and that. No, we ain't no blessed. Somebody in this is a police, and it ain't me. Girl, come back for the next part.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Based off what we heard so far, thoughts, comments, and concerns. Now, if y'all want me to continue to, like, she's saying that it's gonna be more parts to this. So if it's gonna be more parts, I don't mind putting them together. This was a task. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Girl, shout out to you. You are an amazing storyteller. You was saying some stuff though. You had me in a blender myself personally. I'm just confused on what the hell. I just never seen somebody blatantly just dive into fire so many times. Like, it's just chaos all around you, girl. I'm sorry you put this out there. I'm just giving my feedback on it. But I admire your courage to get on these platforms and tell your story like you did. Now, if you guys want me to continue to follow this story and bring them all together for you guys, just let me know in the comment section. This took like 10 hours, so I'm going to get some rest. And if she start updating more, I'm going to just let me know. Peace.